Alright lads, how are you this evening? I've had time to calm down a bit now, boys. I was a little bit annoyed earlier, I've got to admit. I was a bit disheartened, a bit disappointed. How is everyone this evening? No, sorry it's a bit later than I planned tonight, but it does give the lads the other side of the world, that our subscribers, chance to join in as well. But yeah, Missy's just gone to bed, spent a bit of an evening like allowing her to have the TV and that, because it is in the same room as me, you know, if that makes sense. Russell World says hi mate, how are you this evening? Tyrell, yes Daz, yes Tyrell, how are you? G-Ree says I think we LFC fans need to concentrate on Roma and do all we can to forget the result and post anything on Insta, Twitter and everywhere to get them pumped using hashtags as well. Yes, G-Ree mate, how are you this evening, buddy? Russell World says today's result was good for us, as it was a learning step that teaches us not to underestimate our opponents. Yes, mate, definitely. Nathan Walker says, hi, mate. Hi, Nathan. How are you this evening, mate? Yeah, I think I like what G-Wee said there, you know, about pumping the lads up. I think that's important. You know, they are going to, their heads, you know, will be a little bit dropped, you know, from that result today. But I think that also coincides with what Russell World has said there as well. I also like that, where he said, you know, it also teaches us not to underestimate our opponents. So I think looking at that, something that I took from today was I was disappointed, but, you know, I'm glad that Liverpool maybe underestimated West Brom, if that makes sense, guys, and they didn't underestimate Roma. You know, if we was going to have a poor result, I'd rather it be against West Brom than in the Champions League against Roma. You see where my head's kind of switched now, guys, compared to earlier. I was just like, mate, I'm so peed off that Liverpool dropped points. It was just the way it happened, guys, is why I was so annoyed earlier. But, you know, I've settled now. I've had an evening with, you know, my son and my missus. It's given me time to think about things. Still wasn't happy with the performance, but yeah, definitely. I just wanted to get your guys' views as well now that you've had time to think. Now probably calm down the same as me. If any of you guys was angry, I want to see where your heads were at anyway, you know, whether you was angry after that, because I'm still under the same belief though, guys, that today's game was still important for us for the Premier League, and I'm still going to stand by the fact that I still feel that there's too many Liverpool fans out there that need to shut their fucking mouths when it comes to that was an important game today. You know, Roma's all that matters. No, Roma's not all that matters. The Premier League matters as well, guys. There's still a lot to play for in the Premier League, you know. So I am going to put that out there because that annoys me. You know, all right. Blue Tick says hello. Hello, Blue Tick. How are you, mate? How are you this evening? Hossam Attila. Hello, mate. Hello, Hossam, mate. How are you this evening? What's your views on everything, Blue Tick and Hossam? How are you feeling today, lads? Russell World says I'm happy as at least we didn't do a Man United and lose to West Brom as well. I know, mate. I know it's good news, isn't it? They only went and bloody beat Spurs today, though, didn't they? 2-1, I think it was, wasn't it? Oh, you know, I don't like Spurs either, but I was kind of hoping that Spurs beat Man United because I prefer Spurs a little bit more than what, you know, I like Man United. Hossam says, what did you think about Mo Salah's performance this morning? Good question. I don't think Mo was in Mo mood. Like, he wasn't in Mo mode. He wasn't as good as he normally is, was he? But I think Firmino not being on the pitch, I think that's his little buddy, isn't it? You know, you could see that it just wasn't clicking up top because Danny Ings been in the middle of Mane and Salah. You know, they're not used to playing together. I think today as well, myself was very critical of the likes of Jordan Henderson and the midfield. Like, it's getting a lot of hate online from what I can see. You know, if you've got a defence that is a makeshift defence that don't normally play, which pretty much was, and you've got Danny Ings up top that doesn't normally play, you know, I think the midfield was being stretched a hell of a lot because behind them and in front of them aren't used to playing. So, you know, I think that's kind of where I started to calm down a little bit on the fact that I was like, look, I do get it that, you know, the midfield probably had a very difficult task today as well. But, yeah, it's, you know, I think Mo's performance today, to answer your question, mate, not at his best, but he does what Mo does. He scored a goal again. As long as he keeps scoring, you know, I'm happy that he keeps scoring for Liverpool, and I'm happy for him as well, because the more he scores, the better it is for him. He's breaking records, isn't he? So it's good news for him. As long as he stays a Liverpool player, it's top drawer, isn't it? Nathan says, I'm doing great too, mate. I'm not happy with the result today. I know, mate. I wasn't either, Nathan, mate. I wasn't either. Like I say that, guys, I have calmed down now. You can probably tell. I did have a bit of a rant, and obviously I live streamed while the game was on my other channel today. And, you know, the people that was with me during that one, they would have told that at the end I was peed off, especially towards Jordan Henson. I think quite a bit of my hatred went towards Jordan Henson. All my anger was aimed at him. And I didn't mean it to all be at him, because I was angry at the refs' decisions. I was angry at a lot of stuff. But I noticed when I watched a bit of it back that it seemed to kind of be directed at Henson. I didn't want it to all come out like that, you know. I want to call in, but I am tired. Gee, mate, you know, I'm tired as well, son. I'm tired as well. But guess what? I'm on a live stream talking to you boys. You know, you can call in, G, mate. It'd be good to get your views. You could take some of the limelight off me for once, G. That's why I've got this now, where people can call in, you know, so that you guys can actually take some of the flack off me. Just give me a heads up, mate. If you're going to call or whatever, we're trying to link it if you are going to call, so that I can speak to a few of the lads quickly first. Blue tick, disappointed but can sleep, but lose. Disappointed but can sleep, but lose would be both. All focus on Roma, which is more vital. Come on, Liverpool, says Blue tick. Klopp was having none of it in the post-match. Yeah, Klopp wasn't happy at all, was he, lads? You know, talking about the pitch and stuff, which, to be honest, Klopp, do you guys not think that Klopp's getting a bit of stick over this pitch talk? You know, I get it. I get that they was using that to their advantage. You know, probably. And it doesn't matter about the pitch, really. But I think Klopp was probably just speaking about the pitch because Klopp, you know, he's not going to come out and say exactly probably what he wanted to say after today's game, is he? Which would have been F's and cusses, probably, you know. He can't do that, can he? So I think that's probably why he just doesn't make some sense sometimes, because otherwise, if he did make sense with what he wants to say, you know, I don't think a lot of people would like that, would they? Tyrell says, I feel that we shouldn't be so angry. We were all fine when we drew with Everton before the Man City game, and it was a derby, which is always important. We shouldn't have dropped the 3 points, though. Yeah. I think the reason is, Tyrell, right? And I've been having conversations with people. Look, I'm not speaking for everyone, but I'm speaking for myself here. Yeah. The reason I was so angry, and I have calmed down now, but this game was an important game, and I don't think a lot of fans, either one, they're not clued up, or two, they're not, you know, thinking about it logically. I don't know whether it's my age and that I've been supporting Liverpool for longer than some fans that I see are trying to tell me that I shouldn't get so angry, because I've had youngsters today say to me, don't get so wound up, like, it's not important. Roma's more important than this. And like, my argument to it is you know, for me, we've still got to play Chelsea, right? The Chelsea game's at Chelsea's home, so we're away for that one. If Chelsea beat us, yeah, and we drop points in the other games, say if we got kicked out of the Champions League by Roma, yeah, the lads' heads are going to drop. And this is just, I'm just talking, I'm just trying to state something here. If we did get kicked out of Champions League by Roma, that could have a real negative effect on the lads' heads. Yeah, lose to Chelsea, that means Chelsea gain points on us, and we drop points because the lads' heads have dropped. This is why I'm saying today's game was so important. Plus, there's more money in that would have been up for grabs and stuff like that, you know. And it's a pride thing. I think for too long, I think so many people are just got in that way of thinking now that, you know, oh, it doesn't matter too much if we drop points there, if we drop points here or whatever, it doesn't matter now. I don't think Liverpool fans would be thinking that if we were fighting for first in the Premier League. So I mean, but because we can win a Champions League still, everyone's like, oh yeah, Champions League, it's all about Champions League. But because we can't win the Premier League, because Man City have already won it, everyone's like, nah, forget about the Premier League. But, you know, if we get kicked out of Champions League and we don't make top 4 this season, there's not a progression there, guys. There's not a progression this season. And it could mean that we can't get our targets in the summer. So it could be a massive blow to us. That is how vital that game could be today. And it could also have a negative impact on a player's minds going into that Roma game, which is vital as well for the Champions League. That's why I kind of got a bee in my bonnet when certain people were trying to tell me to calm down today, when like certain people were saying to me, why are you so angry about it? It was only West Brom. We drew. It wasn't exactly like we lost. It's like we still dropped points from a position where we were 2-0 up. And it's kind of like a frustrating thing for me, because when you go 2 goals up in a game against a team at the bottom of the table, if we, want to win things, then we shouldn't be losing a 2-goal lead against West Brom. Albeit at their ground, albeit that they got more to play for, that shouldn't be happening. And, that's just my opinions, guys. Like, I feel like I always say to everyone, everyone's entitled to their opinions. Like, you guys are all entitled to your opinions. But I felt like I was trying to give my opinion today, saying like, we shouldn't be happy with that result today. But everyone was going, forget about it, Dads. Like, all that matters now is Champions League. And I'm like, no, don't try and force your opinion on me in that sense. Like, Champions League isn't all that matters. Because if we get kicked out by Roma, we need to still finish in the top 4, And it's critical that we get as many points in the Premier League as possible. To do that, like, just look at it. That season when we nearly won the Premier League, guys, Chelsea was one of the teams. Look at what happened at the end of that season. We never won the Premier League, did we? And there's been other times that I can tell you about, guys. That's why I was so peed off today. But like I said, I've calmed down now, you can tell. But I'm just trying to give you guys my side of it today, why I was so angry, if that makes sense. Jewy says, I honestly wasn't that bothered after the final whistle, and that's not to say I wasn't interested in the game, but I felt like what's happened has happened, and I just wanted the Roma game to come right now. Yeah, see, that's a different way of looking at it, G. Like, you can't change what's happened, so I'm guessing you're looking at it in that way. Bluetooth says Salah was being careful. Maybe Klopp told him to be careful a bit so he does not get injured for the Roma game. That's possible, Bluetick. I think that could be why Liverpool, didn't play at their best today as well, because they're all going to be thinking, I don't want to get injured, I don't want this to happen or whatever, Don't want to overdo anything, because we've got some big games coming up. They're all going to want to play in them games as well, won't they? Happy 22nd of April, says Chewy. I was glad that Ings got his goal, says Cobra. You're right, Cobra, mate. How are you? Hopefully we will be a catalyst so he can be a better backup in the future. I hope so as well, Cobra. I was so happy for him, because he's worked so hard, hasn't he, to get back playing for Liverpool, and to see him get that goal so early into the game as well. I was kind of hoping that he got another goal today, because there was that chance, wasn't there, that everyone was saying, oh, he should have buried it. He should have, but I think you've got to look at, Danny Ings. He's not match sharp, is he? He doesn't play week in, week out. If a Danny Ings was playing week in, week out, he buries that, because Danny Ings is actually a really good finisher when he is fully match sharp. Liam is in the building. He says, evening. You're right, Liam, mate. How are you, mate, today? He says, massive lift in quality when Ox came on. I fully agree there, mate. I'm a big fan of Ox, guys. I said when he first came in, I think we got ourselves a good player. Everyone was saying that we overpaid for him, but I think it was a bit of a steal. I said that back at the time. If you guys was on my streams back then, I did say that. And I said, I think under Jurgen Klopp, he will become a really quality player. And we're starting to see some of his quality starting to show now, but I think we've got a lot more to come next year. I think he's going to be one of our starters, next year. If he carries on the way he is, I even called it, didn't I, guys? I said, mark my words, Ox will set up Salah for a goal in this game, and he did. I'm not a mystic or whatever, but it did happen, didn't it? Mikey, you're right, Mikey, mate. How are you today, buddy? Mikey, hang on a sec, mate. I swear it's your birthday now, isn't it? It's just gone midnight. Mikey, it was you, wasn't it? They said it's your birthday, or am I wrong? Mikey says, I think the players got a bit tired and thought the game was won. They maybe lost concentration. If we would have won, then we're only 3 points from confirming ultimate Champions League. Exactly, Mikey, exactly. WrestleWorld says, I am happy that United won, as they will give Chelsea or Southampton more competition for the FA Cup final. Maybe, mate. It's a good way of looking at it. I think, Spurs are bottle jobs, aren't they? So you're probably right there. I think United will be more competition in a big game like that. they've got more experience, haven't they? Whereas Spurs always just seem to throw it away, don't they? Michael Dunn says, "Hey Daz, hey guys, hello Michael, how are you this evening, buddy?" Nikib, hi Dazza, how are you? I'm very good, Nikib, mate. How are you this evening? Thank you for joining me, mate. Michael, I see the scum beat Spurs 2-1. They did, mate. They did. Oh, good. You know they're going to be cheering if they win another trophy, shouting at us. Well, what have you won? So let's hope we go on to win the Champions League, so we can say, oh yeah, our trophy's better than yours. Dewey says, nah, it's cool. Everyone is sleeping in the house, so got to keep it quiet. That's fair, Dewey. That's fair. You know, I know what it's like, mate. They're both asleep, so I need to try and keep it down as best as possible as well. Russell says, United deserve the 2-1 win versus Spurs. I haven't seen anything to do with it, Russell, but, you know, I heard that Spurs kind of did bottle it, as they always do. Michael says, I had a good time to start the barbecue in my sister's place. I was going to ask you how the barbecue went, mate, because I know you said you was going off for a barbecue. You know, I ended up just stuffing my face with loads of food in the end, because I hadn't eaten when I was doing that live stream for the game today. And then I picked my missus up and I was like, I'm starving. So it was like, I just ate everything that we could get my hands on. Cobra says, we haven't assured ourselves of top 4 yet either. Exactly, Cobra, exactly. That's my concern, mate. That's my one concern, buddy. Michael says, I think we still make the top 4, though. I think we should, Michael. We should make the top 4. You know, if you look at our last fixtures that we've got, you know, Stoke at home and Brighton at home. If we win both them games, we should be winning both them games. Then Chelsea doesn't matter, does it? But, you know, Chelsea's going to be a tough game. If we get a draw against Chelsea, you know, then that's pretty much done and dusted then, isn't it? But, you know, we've got Stoke next weekend, haven't we? I think it is. But yeah, a lot of people are saying, you know, like, yeah, well, look at our fixtures, you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea is shit. Like, people are saying Chelsea is shit. Chelsea aren't shit, ads, innit? You know what I mean? It's none of you guys that are saying it, but I'm just saying, like, what I'm seeing online and things like, people are like, Chelsea is shit, Liverpool are going to blow them away. Chelsea ain't shit, guys. You know, they're fighting for top 4, same as what we are. Just because we got a bit of a lead on them, they still worry me. They still worry me, you know. And it's at their ground. If it was at Liverpool, I'd be a little bit more confident. But, you know, we showed today that if you underestimate anyone in the Premier League, what can happen. So, you know, that's going to be a tough game. That's our toughest of the 3, really, isn't it? But I think today's game showed all of us that Stoke and Brighton, it doesn't matter, out of any of them 3 games, anything can happen. That's why I would have preferred it, being that we were 2 goals up, that we just finished the game off today, guys. You know, sat a bit more defensively, slowed the game down a bit. That's what I wanted to see. It was just the way we lost it, lads, was what really ate me. If you go 2 goals up, you know, Liverpool should have more quality than that, even with a rotation team like we saw today. You know, if you're a top team, like we are, and like, you know, we all like to tell the other fans when they go, Liverpool ain't a top team, and we go, but we are a top team, so shut your fucking face. Do you know what I mean? Like, because we are, you know, then we should be able to see out a 2-goal lead, shouldn't we? Like, when was their first goal? Like, what, 70-something minutes into the game? You know, you can't tell me that if you can get to 70-odd minutes into a game with a 2-goal lead, that you can't see out the rest of the game. You know what I mean? Against a team towards the bottom of the table. But fair play. I say it. I said it earlier. Fair play to West Brom. You know what I mean? Look, they did their fans proud today. I also think that, you know, the refs' decisions today went against us as well. There was other things that went against us, other factors. But for me, it is done now, isn't it, guys? It is done and dusted now. But I just wanted to get some of your guys' thoughts on today. Obviously, when I do these late ones, it gives chance for other guys that wasn't able to join in earlier and stuff. Time to let me know what you guys thought on it. Plus, if any of you was fuming earlier, you may have calmed down a little bit like myself. Mikey Garner says, alright Michael, last day of the Sunday, wasn't it? Well, up in Yorkshire it was anyway. Oh, I've seen somewhere that we're going to get snow again, guys. What's that all about? Do you know what I mean? Bit late, but boom, says Thomas Billings. Never too late for a boom, Thomas, mate. How are you, buddy? Wrestle World says we would have won if we played Trent and Robertson. Would have definitely been more solid, wouldn't we, Wrestle, mate? If we'd have had our normal defence in there, you know what I mean, I don't think we would have conceded 2 goals. Do you think it's fair to say as well, guys, that, you know, I made a point and I got criticised by a few people earlier. I said if we didn't have Van Dijk in the team, I reckon we would have lost that game today. And everyone like that I spoke to afterwards was, and I said that too, was like, nah, we wouldn't have lost. It's only West Brom and that. But I think, to be honest, I think Van Dijk, you know, made some critical clearances in that game. You know, I think before we signed Van Dijk, you know, we needed him in there today for definite. And I think Karius is getting a lot of stick that he shouldn't have either, to be honest. I know people are saying like he looked clueless today. There was some areas of his game today that he did look a little bit like, oh, what's going on? But I think he did do some good things as well. You know, there could have been more goals from West Brom, but Karius did make some saves, but I guess that's what he's in the team to do, I guess. When I saw Moreno playing, I honestly thought we might have lost, said Cobra. Yeah, I'm never confident now. There's been 2 games that Moreno's featured, you know, in a long time, and both them games I've been nervous as anything, Cobra. And that's honest. Honest. From the moment we kick off, I don't like it anytime the ball goes down that wing, because I just think, oh mate, Moreno's just not solid at all. When Robertson's on, I don't even sweat it. Moreno's there, I think, oh God, like, you know, we're going to need another player from midfield to track back and try and help him out. And today as well, because Clavan was playing, we didn't have Virgil, did we, over that side to help out as well. So, not great, guys, not great. Liam says, the way I see it, Clavan, Gomez, Moreno not played any games recently. Yeah, lacks the relationships across the pitch. Yeah, that it's never going to be a good thing. Robbo, Mane, Milner, one side, Ox, Trent, Salah, the other. That's why we suffered. Yeah, exactly, mate. There was no, you know, it was a scrappy game, wasn't it? And you could tell that those lads weren't used to playing together at all. Leon Robert says, hello, Leon. How are you this evening, buddy? Hope you're well, mate. Liam says, we'll be fired up and smash Roma at Anfield. That's the spirit, mate. That's the spirit. You know, that's what I'm looking to do now, is look forward to the Roma game. You know, hopefully we see a very strong performance from the lads. You know, we're not going to see a performance like we did today. And that's what I was saying. One positive that I've started to think about today now that I've calmed down is, at least if we was going to have this sort of performance, at least it's come against West Brom, I guess, and not against Roma in the Champions League, because we can't afford to perform like that in a semi-final of the Champions League, because that's a knockout, isn't it? Stage. So, yeah. I guess that's why some people are saying it doesn't matter about this result against West Brom and stuff, but bring on Roma, guys. Hopefully Liverpool come away from the first result like with a similar result as what we did against City. That would be lovely, wouldn't it, if that could happen. Mikey says, yes, Leon. Sam McGarry's in the building. You right, Sam, mate? How are you this evening, buddy? He says, tuned in at the right time. Hi, Dad. I just believe that these things happen. How come you tuned in at the right time, buddy? Hi, Dad. I just believe that these things happen. You just believe at what thing? Oh, about the game. I don't get that, though, Sam. I don't get it. You just believe that these things happen. What do you mean you just believe these things happen? That, for me, is frustrating. You know, what just happens? You know, that's one of the comments that rolls me up. Like, I'm only saying, Sam, like, because you're my mate and stuff like that. Like, but I just think that these things happen. Why do these things happen? You know, yes, it's football. Anything can happen. But I just think that these things happen. Like, it's no disrespect to you or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, I just don't see why there's Liverpool supporters that are just so lax about dropping a 2-goal lead against West Brom, when it is key that Liverpool finish in the top 4 this season, lads. It is fucking key. I don't get why people are so calm about it. Like, seriously. Michael says, I disagree, Daz. Chelsea will drop more points before we meet them. The way that Chelsea shit have played, we will beat the Chelsea rent scum. You are entitled to your opinion, mate. I agree, it was shit. Yeah, man. like I say, people disagree. Everyone disagrees in that, but like I say, it's not that I think Liverpool won't make top four. I'm just saying, for me personally, it just bugs me that too many people are like not bothered about a Premier League game as a Liverpool supporter. That's the thing that bothers me. Everyone's like, forget about it. Just, you know, it's nothing. It's West Brom. It's all about Roma. It's not all about Roma for me, guys. You know, and like I say, it wouldn't bother me as much if people were just like, you know, if that's the way they want to think, then cool. But it's when people are trying to tell me that I shouldn't be so pissed off about it. Like, you know. Cobra, he had a nightmare, but hopefully he'll put that all behind him. Yeah, hopefully, man. Cobra, that will start to give him confidence. Yeah, I think so, mate. I think so. Hey Sam, mate, says Michael Thomas Billings pisses me off when people said it didn't matter and they didn't care. They'd soon moan if we didn't get top four. Exactly. That's exactly my point. This is exactly what I'm saying. Like, you know, everyone that was saying at the beginning of the season, Klopp out, you know, FSG out and stuff like that, they're the ones that are now sitting there going, yeah, it doesn't matter, we're definitely going to get top four, you know. And then they're going to be the ones that if Liverpool let it slip and we get kicked out by Roma, that are going to be saying the same old shit. Klopp out, FSG out. I don't want to hear none of it from anyone. If Liverpool was to slip up, don't come like saying Klopp out, FSG out. Do you know what I mean? Like, because every single game in the Premier League counts if you want to win things. You know what I mean? That's my mentality, because I've supported Liverpool for a long time and I want to actually win the Premier League next season, and it's results like that will stop us from winning the Premier League. You know, and it will also stop us from signing these big players that these people are saying they want to sign in the summer. Players aren't going to join us if, you know, we can't beat West Brom. Did we beat West Brom? We didn't. We didn't beat them today. We never beat them at home. You know, you're going to try and sign a big player and they're going to go, mate, I watched your game. You fucking threw away a lead against West Brom. Like, yeah, quality. Liam says, Ox's ceiling is very, very high. I agree, Liam, I agree. I think he's a quality player, mate. I think he's, you know, honestly, I think he's going to be a quality player next season. I think he's already showing glimpses, like I said, mate, and I think he's just going to get better and better, hopefully. Mikey says, Daz, I don't think Ings could have done anything else with the ball. I think it was a quality save. Yeah, I think it was a very good reaction from their keeper as well. I remember saying at the time, like, what a save. I remember that was the first thing I said. I was like, wow, what a save. And I saw it from different angles. And I think a lot of people were saying, like, he should have buried it. And people were saying if that was Salah and things like that. I said, yeah, probably if it was Mo Salah or whatever with the form he's in, it would have been a goal. But, you know, like you say, it could have just been a sheer quality save. And maybe Ings wouldn't have scored it, like, even if he was regularly playing. But I was trying to have his back a bit by saying, you know, if Ings was regularly playing football week in, week out, then I'm sure he'd start scoring goals and be a lot more sharper than what we saw today. And he got himself his first goal today, didn't he? So that was quality. Michael said Chelsea are nowhere near the team they were. Yeah, I just don't think we should underestimate them, Michael. I really don't, mate. Everyone says they're shit this year, but they're not shit. They're not shit because West Brom are apparently shit because they're at the bottom of the table. They're going to get relegated and all that shit. They still drew with us today. Where are Chelsea in the table? I'm just saying, guys. I'm just trying to give a perspective there for everyone that's saying that, you know, they're not worried about Chelsea. They're not worried about Stoke. Everyone wasn't worried about West Brom. Everyone was saying we're going to blitz them 4-5-0. It's just, that's what is. I'm just saying. Everyone was telling me we're going to spank West Brom 5-0, and then when I turn around and go, I'm fucking pissed off with a result that we threw away a 2-goal lead against West Brom, and everyone goes, why are you pissed off about it? It's only West Brom. Like, we're definitely going to get top 4 this year anyway. You know what I mean? And like, it ain't even important. Like, Roma's important, and it's like, all right, I'll just shut up then, shall I? Like, you know, that's just what rubbed me up the wrong way with people today. Yeah, Dad's officially 19. Get in, Mikey's 19. Happy birthday, mate. Yeah, let's sort something out for you, mate. Let's sort something out for Mikey. Oh. Happy. Oh, mate, what are you doing? Happy birthday, Mikey. You legend. Where's that gone then? Boom. Let's try and sort that out a little bit while you're there a second. There you go, mate. That's for you, buddy. Brad says hi. Hello, Brad, mate. How are you this evening, mate? Happy birthday, Marcus. It's Nakib. Gallagher. Yo, Daz. Yo, Gallagher. How are you, mate? Gallagher, what's your views? And Brad and Nakib. Obviously, I know Nakib's been about today. But, Gallagher, what's your views on today's game, mate? Seriously. Can we Skype's call, says Brad. Yeah, in a second. Let me just get a couple more views in that, mate. And then we'll do a couple of Skype calls because, you know, this has turned into a bit of me getting the like over things, to be honest. Leon says, oh yeah, Dad's mum's still in hospital after op and she's not doing well, but I will find out tomorrow if gone well. Okay, Leon, keep me updated. Like I said to you, mate, feel free to, you know, inbox me, message me and that if you need to talk about anything or let me know what's going on. You know, same as always, mate. I'm always here if you need to talk. It goes same for everyone, you know what I mean? But I wish her all the best, mate, and you know, you just got to stay strong and be positive, mate. Like, all right. But yeah, feel free to message me, mate. Jiwi, mate, it's getting late. Got to sleep. You'll never walk home. You never walk home, Jiwi. You're probably gone by now because I've just gone on a half an hour rant or some shit. But yeah, if you're still there, mate, take care. Thank you for joining me as always, bud. Gallagher says 2 wins of 3 will get us top 4. Yep, we still got the 3 games, haven't we? But just not so confident, guys. I'm not as confident as, you know, what I'd like to be. I think if we would have got the 3 points today, considering we were 2 goals up, I would have felt a lot more happier going into, you know, the Roma game and then Stoke next weekend. We could have won today. We could have got 3 points today, and we could have finished it off against Stoke next weekend. Got the 3 points next weekend. It's done, isn't it? You don't even matter about a Chelsea game. By the way, people that are in the stream don't even think that I'm aiming this stuff at you or whatever when I'm ranting about this. I've had a lot of messages today and everything, and I've been having a lot of rows with people over all this. And the ones that I've been having proper rows with, they know it because either they're blocked or I've told them to fuck off, basically. But all you guys are safe. Every single one of you that are in here are safe because I ain't told one of you to fuck off, basically. So Sam says, no danger, we're getting top 4. You're being positive, which I guess is not a bad thing, but I wouldn't be so sure. Like, but that's just me. Cobra, wasn't it 2 set pieces again that undid us? Yep. Yeah, I believe it was, wasn't it? The first one was the second ball, wasn't it? And the second, you know, it was the second ball off the goalkeeper, wasn't it? And they reacted really quick. To be fair, they reacted really quick. But how many times did we see in the past that it was the second balls that always did us from these set pieces? I mean, you know, the equaliser was, you know, the positioning wasn't great, was it? Lovren looked like he was trying to keep him offside or whatever he did. He kind of lunged out of the way, didn't he? And to be fair, Rondon lunged in with a great header, wasn't it? It was a good header. Nakib says Rafa will do us a favour by beating Chelsea last game of the season. Nakib, mate, that would be absolutely brilliant, wouldn't it? Can you imagine? Rafa's already a legend, isn't he? Kobe says 79 minutes, I think. 79 minutes? 79 minutes. A bit. It's because I've been ranting, isn't it? Michael Dunn says less negativity and more positivity, guys. Okay, so we fucked up today. At least we didn't lose, unlike the scum. We will pick up 6 points before we meet Chelsea. I blame the ref. He was a dickhead. The ref was a dickhead, wasn't he? That I am definitely sure of Mikey Garner. Chelsea are a yo-yo club. 1 year they have a good year, then they have a bad one straight after. Yeah, next year they'll probably try and win the league, wouldn't they? But they're not going to, because Liverpool are going to win the league next year. I've got every single bit of faith, because Naby Keita is coming in and we're going to sign another couple of quality players. 2015 won the league, 2016 shit season, 2017 won the league, 2018 shit season, 2019 will they win the league? Says it all, doesn't it, mate? Says it all. Who's going to be their manager next year? That's the thing, isn't it? Blue Tick says there was a bit of disappointment, but I don't understand why people argue about Salah being subbed off. I want to know, would you rather risk your best player for Roma? Good decision from Klopp, in my opinion. I fully agree, Blue Tick. I wasn't bothered about Salah coming off at all. To be honest with you, you know, if I was Jurgen Klopp, I might not have even played Mo Salah today, you know, and a lot of people would disagree with that, but I would have been looking at the Roma game and thinking, yeah, I definitely want Mo Salah for the Roma game. You know, I would have looked at it that way. I would have looked at the situation. I think I would have looked at maybe packing out the midfield against West Brom today, or at least, you know, play him for the first half of that game today. And if he wouldn't have scored, obviously, which he didn't in the first half, sub him off at half time, because we can't afford for Mo Salah to get an injury. And with the way that game was going today, it looked like there could have been an injury coming, because they was getting a bit dirty, you know, with, you know, punching players and shit like that. Like, I just thought, here we go, we're going to end up with a bloody injury. And I just thought, we don't need that crap right now, do we? Mark Dunn, I agree, saying we will still be in the top 4. Blue Tick, this game showed we need backup players, defo. 100%, 100%. Cobra maybe need another left back as backup to Robertson. Yep. Yeah, I think Moreno has proven that we can't trust him to come on when Robertson needs rotating, or God forbid Robertson ended up with an injury or whatever next season or something. I wouldn't like to see Moreno have a period in the team now, to be fair. The Kilted's in the building. You right, Kilted, mate? How are you this evening, buddy? Hey, Daz, guys, what's up? Not much, mate, apart from the result today, as you could have probably told already. Leon says, just seen messages, boys. Oi, oi, Mikey and Michael, how you doing? Mikey says, Daz, Van Dijk did a job on Rondon. Yep. If we didn't have Van Dijk, he would have bullied Lovren and Clavan, and yes, we would have lost the game. Glad you agree, Mikey. Glad you agree. I thought that. Loads of people was telling me I was wrong about it. I was like, you know, it's not guaranteed that we would have lost, but I just thought, in my opinion, I think, you know, Van Dijk, like, had to clear a lot of things today and had to, like, really be strong, didn't he, against Rondon and that. And I thought, seriously, I wouldn't have liked to have played that game today without Van Dijk in there. I missed the game live, but I watched the highlights. I Kilted, you was lucky then, really, weren't you? So, Klopp, hey, Des, hey, lads, hey, sir, mate, welcome to the stream. How are you, mate? Cobra says, I reckon Roma are going to look at getting the set pieces and target Zeko. Probably. You know, they will be watching this game today. They would have watched that. They would have analysts watching that game. And I guarantee you Roma are going to be looking at far post crosses, because that caused us all sorts of fucking grief today. Put the Zeko at that far post, you watch them. I hope they don't, because Liverpool's own mark. And that did cause us problems today. I was saying it when I was live streaming today. I was like, no, this is not good. And I, you know, in the second half, Van Dijk cleared it. He got in a position where it looked like, you know, they had moved him. And then they started doing it again, and we wasn't dealing with it. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? Leon, oi oi. Happy birthday, Mikey. So, Klopp, I think we just need to make sure we beat Chelsea, and that should be top 4 wrapped up. Yeah, if we get a victory against Chelsea, it's done, isn't it? It's done. But, you know, Chelsea, at Chelsea's ground, is going to be our toughest, it should on paper be our toughest game that's left. Hey mate, how are you doing? Not bad. Mark Lewis, hi Daz, hi Mark, mate, how are you tonight, buddy? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Leon says, sorry Michael, just seen your hello. Mark Lewis says, I totally agree with you about West Brom game. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, mate. Not great, is it, mate? Not great at all. Mark, if you've got anything that you want to put in a comment, mate, like, if, you know, I know you say you agree with me, but if there's anything that any of you want to add, for those of you that do agree with what I'm saying or whatever, if there's anything that you think that you want to add to it, and for those of you that disagree with me, Don't feel that you have to like just stay stum. That's what these football channels are about. Feel free to tell me you don't agree with me, because we've all got our own views. That's, you know, I'm just saying my views on it, lads. You know, everyone's entitled to their own views. The people that piss me off today are the ones that are trying to tell me that I'm wrong or that I'm a dickhead for it. And I, you know, like you guys that don't agree with me, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think that, you know, as a Liverpool supporter, that game was important today. And I don't see how other people don't see it like that, you know. But I'm not saying that you need to think the same as me, guys. You know, it's part of football, isn't it? Is having these disagreements and conversations, and, you know, bouncing off each other with things, guys. That's why I love doing this channel. Like, we don't always agree on everything, do we, guys? But we get there in the end, don't we, lads? Krishna, you're right, Krishna, mate. Just see Christian's coming, but before Krishna there, Kilted said a draw probably done us better. Woke up, and hopefully not be complacent on Tuesday. Yeah. It's something that I touched on earlier, Kilted. I think someone said it earlier, and it made me think about it that way. And I thought, actually, maybe the lads will be like, right, we can't afford to be that complacent when it comes to Roma, because if we play like that, Roma will slap us. They will bloody slap us. They're a lot better than West Brom, and West Brom made us look poor today. They made us look poor. We were too scrappy. You know, I don't think there's a Liverpool fan out there, no matter what we do and don't agree on, I don't think there's any Liverpool fan out there that will honestly say that they looked at that game today and thought that Liverpool played well. I think we can all agree on that, lads. Krishna says, need to upgrade our bench. Yep, fully agree, mate. Out, Moreno, Clavan, Genie, Sturridge, Origi, Mignolet, in, William, Evans / Lecales. I can't say his name properly, but I know you're on about. Tall DM, dribbling, left winger. So a cover for left wing, a tall defensive midfielder, Evans, or that player that I can't say his name, and or Gulam, however you say his name. He's a left back, isn't he? Yeah, he's meant to be a good left back as well. Interesting that you're saying about Genie out, Krishna. Let me know your views on the Genie out thing, because me personally, I'm a bit of a fan of Genie. You know, I think he's a bit of an unsung hero, but I'm aware that not everyone's a fan of Genie. But I think it's, you know, Genie's another one of them players that he does also fall in an inconsistent bracket, doesn't he? And I know that. You know, I'm a fan of Genie on his day, but I am aware that he can have shit days as well. It's the same for me as Hendo and stuff. I think our midfielders have the same problems. They're all inconsistent. You know, our midfield, all of them, on their day, can bloody outshine every single midfield out there. We've seen games like it. You know, they can beat the best of them. And then, you know, you see them against West Brom today, albeit that it's a makeshift team, like a makeshift back line, and, you know, Danny Ings up top and stuff. But, you know, you just look at your midfield and you think, mate, you can't string 3 passes together. You're being pulled here, there and everywhere. You're getting out-muscled. I know it was a makeshift back line, and I know Danny Ings was up top, but for those of you that are telling me that Jordan Henderson had a good game today, he was getting out-muscled, guys. They were getting out-muscled. Not strong enough. And this is where I say that we've got to have a bit more grit about us. A bit more grit in midfield. That's what I want to see. That is what I want to see, lads. Cobra says we needed to keep that back line solid. Yep. But hopefully with Trent and Robertson coming back in, it will be more solid and stop those bloody set pieces. Yeah, 100% agree. Plus, you know, we definitely missed Trent's crosses from the right today. Did you guys notice that? You know, having Gomez over there, James Milner was drifting out to the right, whipping the crosses in. And I thought, I love having it. Well, when Gomez is fully fixed, obviously he's just coming back from injury, but I like Gomez because he's a solid player defensively, isn't he? But Trent's been quality defensively as well recently. But something that Trent gives you on that right side, that boy can put a ball in, can't he? Like, he half whips that ball in. And I think we really lack that today, because I think that can really open up games. And, you know, I think a lot of teams underestimate that and they overlook it as well, and I think that goes in our favour. And I think Mo Salah has cottoned on that Trent has got a bit of a ball in him, because I see a lot when Trent picks up that ball down the right that Salah does make some good runs. Sam says, they happen all the time in football. I'm not happy, but what can we do to change the result today? No point in dwelling on it. It was 2 days ago that we were in a fantastic place now with Klopp. We are in a fantastic place now with Klopp. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say, like, because, you know, I feel like, for me, do you know what I mean? Like, we are in a fantastic place with Klopp, but why can't, for instance, Sam, this is a thing, yeah? Like, so many times I've tried to be there to calm people down and things like this, yeah? But just listen to it like this, yeah? You can't change it, fair enough. But why can't I be pissed off with a result? Why can't I be pissed off? Why can't I say that that result today was not good enough for Liverpool? Why can't, like, no point in dwelling on it? Yes, there is a point in dwelling on it if Liverpool don't make top 4 this year. What do you not get about that? What is there not to get? Do you know what I mean? You know, you say it was 2 days ago that we were in a fantastic place with Klopp now, and you put in speech marks. So if you're referring to me, yeah, we're in a fantastic place with Klopp. But then, you know, it's not Klopp's fault, is it, that we've had a bad game today? You know, that game today was shit. Simple as that. We did not perform well. You know, the game was shit. It was a makeshift team, you know, and yes, you can fucking dwell on it if you don't make top 4. Simple as that. You can't change a result, no. But as a Liverpool fan that has supported the club for a long fucking time, yeah, you will get pissed off if you keep seeing the same shit all the fucking time. It will piss you off, right? And I think too many fans are just too lax about it, lads. Too fucking lax. And they sit there and go, yeah, we got top 4. Nah, it's not as easy as that. Too many fans thought we were going to win the league a couple of years ago, guys, when Suarez and Sturridge was banging it in. We're going to win the league. Didn't fucking happen, did it? I've got the right arse. Saying that, we needed 3 points today and next week, so 4th was secure before the Chelsea game. Yep. Sam, I don't know whether you meant it like that, but it just fucks me off when you put things like in speech marks and that. Like, when people say it like that, do you know what I mean? Like, yes, Liverpool fans will dwell on it, mate. Like, if it costs us top 4, that is the point of it. This is what I've had all day with people, you know, like with the things. This is what I'm trying to say to people. As Liverpool Football Club, yeah, dropping points is not a good thing. It doesn't matter what game it is. You know, I don't know whether it's just an age thing or what, like, for me, being older or whatever, I don't know, but, you know, like, I want to be back there, I want to be winning everything, you know, and losing points to West Brom, it's just not fucking good enough, is it? Like, I'm chilled, a lot more chilled than what I was earlier, but, like, it's bitter, innit, to drop points to West Brom. You can't change a result now, but yes, you will dwell on it. That's like what I'm trying to say. It could cost us. It's why I'm frustrated, you know. No, Daz, agree. I'm pissed off, mate, but Chelsea have left it way too late. So, Klopp, Daz, I completely agree. People have been getting carried away with the Champions League and not giving a damn about league results. Yeah, sir. You know, I'm not trying to be out of order or anything to anything. I'm just saying, open your eyes, guys, because you'll be the ones that are crying if we let it slip, lads. They'll be the ones that are, you know, saying it's not good enough, it's not good enough. And it's not, I'm not trying to say we're not in a good place with Klopp or whatever now. Like, we're still in a good place, but it's not good enough today. That result was not good enough today. We dropped points to West Brom. Not fucking good enough, lads. Simple as that. See, Sam, we have the most reactionary fan base in the Prem. We have the most passionate fan base in the Prem. Passion, mate. That's passion right there. Sir Klopp, we've drawn too many games this season. That's what's cost us, isn't it, sir? And if we change for the title next year, we need to turn those draws into wins. Yep, Cobra, they beat Man United the other week in the theatre of wet dreams. So they were going to be a tricky side, yeah. They were a tough side. They did their fans proud today. The Kilted says, wonderful, Michael. Thanks. How are you? I said earlier on in the week in Skype that it would be 2-2, I think. I don't know whether you... Yeah, you probably did, Sam, if you're saying that now. You did. I know you said it would be like close, or I know you wasn't sure whether we would win it. It's draws that are kryptonite, not losses, yeah. Yeah, we don't seem to lose, but we just drop points, don't we? Mark, we played West Brom 3 times this season and couldn't even beat them once. Mark, tell me about it, mate. Not great, is it? Michael, I know, Daz, I see it. Oh, I saw that one. So at least West Brom will be playing... Oh, no, I didn't see that one coming from, mate, but at least we didn't lose against them, unlike the Scum. Yeah, I know. At least West Brom will be playing Preston away next season and not us. It's true. Oh, Nicky, West Brom, our bogey team, need them relegated. Yes, definitely. We don't want to be coming up against them, do we, anytime soon, that's for sure. I really hope United don't win the FA Cup. Same, Mark. Same. I don't want them to win any more silverware. So I'm getting sick of them saying, oh, what have you won? And this is what we've won. Shut it. Do one, man, you. Do one. Yes, finally get to call. Yes, Brad. Let me sort out Skype. If you're still there, Brad. If you're still there, Sam, let me get it up. Right. Oh god. You got loads of stuff here, mate. Loads of stuff. Hey Leon. Thanks, Daz, says Mike here. And thought Liverpool were going to give me an early birthday present today, but I realised it's only for Roma. Oh wow, I'm well far behind here, guys. I'm just skipping down some here. Tim Ward. Hi, Daz. Hi, Tim, mate. How are you, buddy? Thank you for joining me. Harry Wilson and Grich deserve a chance next season. I'm just skipping through some here. Right, Dad's mods all in the chat. I'm off. Take care, Michael, mate. Thank you for joining me tonight. Because I need to make sure I'm down to the bottom. Blue tick. I agree. We were shit. Yeah, so Klopp fully agree. We were too pretty and lightweight in midfield. If we want to challenge for title, we need Mascherano like play. Yeah, Mikey. Daz. It's pronounced Lascelles. Thank you, Mikey. I struggled. You know what I mean. I don't care about this game, says Sebastian Beza. Good for you, mate. The Kilted says, our best 11 is great, but we need better squad players. Fully agree. Sam, I wasn't referring to you. I'm just meaning in general, our fans are reactionary. Okay, Sam, mate. Fair enough, mate. Blue Tea, I am sure I mentioned here that I hate 12:30 kickoff. I think you did, Blue Tea. I think you did, mate. I don't like them too much now either. We play shit in early games. Yo, did you get my Skype message, Daz? Brad, exactly. Oh, let me have a look. Is it a picture? I think it is, mate. Picture of Mo Salah in it. I think it is. Blue Tick says exactly. Genie only does good job counter pressing, says Christian. No killer pass, no goals. It only works when we play Man City. But when we need him to create anything, he sucks. Also, his first touch is quite poor. Right, so yeah, I asked you to say, wouldn't it? That's why you obviously don't like Genie. I gotcha. Thomas Billings says Daz Markovic scored. Answer to all of our problems. Gab, this game was meh, but finally after so much struggle, my man Ingsy scored finally. Yes, Gab. Me and you love a bit of Ingsy, don't we, mate? Right. Let's get Brad on the line, guys. Let's get Brad the lad on the line. Oh, are you ready, Brad? Are you ready, mate? Kilted says we are ahead of Spuds even if they win their game in hand, unless they win 9-0. Yes. Okie dokie. I'm gonna buzz ya. Hang on a minute. Hold on 2 seconds. Are you there, Brad? Hello. Hold on, lads. There's a slight problem right there. Slight problemage. Brad's got a problem with his mic. Okay, Brad. If you ain't got another mic or whatever there, we'll have to wait until next time, or say until you got a mic, buddy. Ings is my favourite Liverpool player, I'm not joking. Call again. I'll try it one more time, mate. One more time. Well, you try and call me, mate. I literally spread a tear of joy when he scored. Yeah, man. So good, wasn't it, Mikey? I have a few favourites, but mine's Chainbow. It was Coutinho for so long, so when I think of the words favourite Liverpool player, I automatically think of Sanfield, yeah. Yellow. Hello, hello, hello. Still no sound on this end, Brad, mate. That's it, guys. Brad, you're going to have to sort it out, mate. You'll have to sort it out. Once you get your mic sorted out, buddy, then we'll have a chin wag, mate. Alright, is there anyone else that wants to call into the show? As I've just turned my Skype on. You know, Brad hasn't got his mic sorted at the moment, has he? But we will sort it, Brad. Says it's on, but you can't hear me. I don't know, Brad, mate. I don't know. Nothing was coming through, mate. Nothing was coming through. Nothing was coming through my end. Not to me, anywho. Not to me, anywho. Yeah, I couldn't get it. I started singing it at home, and then I was like, have we just been singing that because I wouldn't start randomly singing it to myself? I'll see when I can phone in a minute. Okie dokie, Sam. Yeah, see if you can phone in. I would like Chelsea, says Gab. What, to win it? Yeah, Kilty says Spuds have Watford, Newcastle, Leicester at home, West Brom away left. I see them dropping a couple of points there. Yeah, Brad, I could hear you. Is your headphones? My headphones are fine, Brad, mate. It's not just my headphones, it comes through the computer. Roma also had an away game. They won 3-0, said Krishna. Yeah, Roma are a good team, aren't they? That's the thing. They're going to be in a high, but let's just hope that, you know, like we say, the one thing that we can take from this is that Liverpool will be looking at it like, right, we can't underestimate Roma, because we underestimated West Brom, and look what happened, you know. So hopefully we can just turn up against Roma now, and real have the bit between our teeth and take it to them, you know. That'd be nice, wouldn't it? Sam says, yeah, hold on, mate. Okay, Sam. Blue Tick Gaming says, yes. Nakeeb says, if we win in the Champions League, Coutinho will be the first player to win the treble, having played for 2 different clubs in one season. To win the treble, having played for 2. That's well weird, isn't it? That is proper weird. Sometimes I feel more confident Tuesday when Trent, Lovren and Robbo will be back in. Yeah, me too, mate, me too. I'll feel more confident as well. Trying to make sure I haven't missed anyone else that may have come in and said hello, because obviously I had to jump down a fair bit because I was like miles behind the chat when I that's alright. I think I'm good. Tom says, Daz, would you give Origi another go? Nah, I don't think I would, Thomas, mate. It's a good question. I think it's a question that seems to be floating about a lot of Liverpool minds, to be honest, like fans days. A lot of people are saying, bring Origi back, send Solanke out on loan. You know, I don't think it's a bad question at all. And I think half of the supporters would probably say yes to that. You know, Origi can do a job. I probably would say that at the moment, I think, you know, more experienced than Solanke, isn't he? So I think, you know, in a game like today, I think I would have preferred to see Origi up top maybe, but would I give him another chance? Probably not. I think if we could get a good amount of money for him, then I would probably say sell him, but I don't know, mate. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see how much would be offered in that. If, you know, if Liverpool end up selling him for like 10, 15 million or something, I'd be well peed off, to be fair. Blue tick, what special thing will you do if Liverpool win the Ultimate Champions League? Yeah, tell me. Oh no, you're asking me. What special thing will you do if Liverpool win the Ultimate Champions League? So you're asking me. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys want me to do if Liverpool win the Champions League? There's a question. God, guys, what would you guys want me to do if Liverpool do win the Champions League this year? Des, do you think Coutinho should be given a medal if we win the Champions League? No, I don't. He chose to leave Liverpool midway through the season. I don't think this just isn't aimed at Coutinho in particular, Nicky. But I think if a player chooses to leave their club midway through a season, I don't think they should be entitled to anything in that sense. I've thought that for a long time. You know, so I'm not going to change my opinion just because of Coutinho. I think Coutinho's a fantastic player, and I think, you know, the reason he moved to Barcelona was for family reasons and because obviously a boyhood dream, whatever anyone wants to say. So I don't necessarily hold it against Coutinho going to Barcelona, but do I believe that he warrants a medal? No. Has he played in any of the hard games, you know, in the Champions League? No, he hasn't, has he, Nicky? So, not for me, mate. But what do you think anyway, Nicky, buddy? What do you think on it? Gab says it's pretty funny to say we feel confident with Lovren at the back. I know, it feels weird, doesn't it, Gab? It does feel bad. It does feel weird, but it just, you know, it just shows, doesn't it, how far he's come on, really. Like I said I sort of sang it the other week on my streams. Think about it, guys. You know, I used to have the live streams, didn't I, with a massive dildo on over his head, didn't I, like mid live stream, and now look at him. You know, we're like, we need Lovren in the team. Maverick's in the building. Yes, Mav, how are you? Time to be Cloptomistic. You're right, Mav, mate. Mike says Harry Wilson scored twice in a 5-5 draw today. Harry Wilson is a class little player, isn't he? I like Harry, mate. I think hopefully he's got a bright future at Liverpool. Chazzy, you're right, Chazzy, mate. Many fans say this game doesn't matter, but for me, it makes me question the mentality of the squad. If we want to be challenging in future seasons, we need to battle on all fronts and show consistency. This better be a wake-up call for the lads. Chazzy, mate, pretty much sums up exactly how I feel, mate. It's what I pretty much said all along. You know, I said it, you know, like for me, that's the way I think about it as well, and obviously you think like that. I know not everyone. Sam says, be right back, Sam. Okay, Sam, sorry, be right back, Sam. Yeah, I know not everyone feels like that, and everyone's entitled to their opinions and stuff, you know, so. But just for me as a Liverpool supporter, my way of thinking is every point is a valuable point. That's Klopp's mentality, you know, and that's why I've bought into Klopp and why I love Klopp so much. Is because Klopp's like, everything is important, you should go for everything. Shankly was the same, the greats, the legends, you know, all Liverpool supporters, you know, that love Liverpool Football Club because of their history and that. And some of the youth of today that are supporting Liverpool, if they haven't looked into Liverpool's history and that, try looking into the history of Liverpool Football Club and looking at, you know, the mentality of the players, the team, and the, you know, the managers and that back then, and the fans and that. And maybe a few of you will start to realise why someone like me and why some of the older fans maybe consider it a disgrace when someone says that we shouldn't be bothered about today's result, you know. But like I say, each their own, isn't it? And football is changing, I guess, but run the streets naked with a flare, says Brad the Gamer. Run the streets naked with a flare, do you know what I mean? I think I'm more worried about getting done, you know, for having the flair. I'd probably do more prison time for running around the streets with a flare than actually being naked. I reckon, lads. What do you reckon? If Man City fans have anything to do with it, anyway. Blue tick. Love arse of the gamer. Harry says, to be honest, given the lack of quality we have as backup, we should have brought Origi back in Jam. We could still have him in the summer. Yeah, you know, up until now, I think I've been thinking, no, we don't want him back and that. And then when you asked that question, I was thinking, no, I wouldn't take him back. I'd sell him. When I started to think about today's game, and I was thinking, actually, today's game, you know, resting Firmino, I probably would have preferred Origi over the other players on the pitch today. You know, in my opinion, I think Origi could have done a job up top, you know, and defensively, he was a bit of a lad as well, wasn't he? Like, a bit taller, bit of strength in there. Klopp made him build up a bit, and he was throwing his weight around a bit more, wasn't he? And, you know, he could have done a bit more of a job for us today than what we was actually doing. And let's face it, Solanke needs to go on loan, doesn't he? I think we all agree Solanke needs to go on loan. So, Brad says, got it working. We tried one more time, Brad, but if it doesn't work, mate, then that's it, mate. That's the last time. Hello?
Hello?
Oh, hello, Brad. Welcome to the stream. I can hear you now, buddy.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Right. Can everyone hear Brad all right on the stream? I believe they should be able to anyway, mate. It's the same for everything now. Right, Brad. The world is your oyster, mate. Sam, wait until after Brad, buddy, now, mate, and then you call in, buddy, if that's all right. Brad, the world's your oyster. Your views on today, whatever we've been talking about, feel free to speak away, mate.
Well, I think once West Brom saw Salah coming off, I think they just went for it like City did when they saw Salah off in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he just saw Salah coming off, just went all guns blazing. Just tried to attack us because they obviously knew that we were bad in the air and they've got good height in their team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think most Salah teams know that he's our pace threatening behind, don't they? Like, we were saying it, weren't we, before? Like, soon as we don't have Salah on the pitch, it's like teams can push higher up. Before we signed Salah, we had Mane, was our pace man, but Mane, I don't think teams fear nowhere near as much as Salah, do they? So as soon as he comes off the pitch, it's like, you notice the pressure is almost lifted straight away off the other teams, and it comes on to Liverpool. So yeah, I fully agree with that one, mate. By the way, quickly, before we carry on talking, guys, if anyone's got a question for Brad, feel free to put it in the chat now. Ask away. Brad's obviously on the chat. He sorted his mic out, so yeah, if you've got anything to ask him, then that'd be cool, guys. Maverick says, just think about it. If we were still in the FA Cup and in Champions League semis, Origi would have been helpful, and we could have still sold him in the summer once we got through the season. What are your views on Origi, Brad?
I think he should get another chance because he's obviously doing well in the Bundesliga. He's scoring a few goals. I think he should deserve another chance, see how it goes, and then if not, then obviously pass him on. Yeah,
so you would bring him back in the summer, say, right, this is your last chance, mate, sort it out, or you're gone. Your bags are packed. You're on your way.
Yeah.
Because that's my thing with Origi. Like, it's frustrating because I look at him and like I looked at today's game and I thought, you know, if he carried on the way he was, Origi could have been a real player under Jurgen Klopp because he started to be really good. Look at that Dortmund game. Remember the Dortmund game? I was like, oh my God, like Origi, what a fucking player. He could be outstanding, you know. And then the world was there for all his glory days to come. Sturridge was injury prone, you know. Origi's time to shine, and he just didn't do it. I mean, now he's ended up going out on loan. It's like, why did he not do it? What is it about Origi that all of a sudden he went from being this confident young player that, you know, is working under a quality manager? You know, Klopp could have started to build a team around Origi up top, but instead Firmino ended up being that player that now is what everything's revolving around. And Origi, you know, I just can't see Origi getting back in the team in front of Firmino, you know.
I still prefer, if Origi was here, I'd still prefer him over Solanke.
Yeah, oh yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, I think, you know, Solanke definitely. I think a lot of people now are really starting to say the same across the board. Solanke needs to go out on loan, and I think a lot of people are saying, send him to the Championship, you know, toughen him up a bit.
I think throwing him into like the deep end of the Premier League is too big of a task for him.
Yeah.
Like, he's only 20, and if you do send him out loan, you'll only get better.
Yeah.
And come back and then see what happens.
Yeah, because he's been quality for England. Like, you know, the youngsters, he's obviously got ability, you know, and I think he's definitely a star for the future. I think when we signed him, I was like, yeah, we've got real talent there for the future. I was like, well happy about it. And, you know, like a lot of people were saying to me, like, oh mate, like what's still that? It's like he's gonna be a well good player. They was watching him and stuff and saying he's like one of the best players in the youth setup and that, and I was like, yeah, over the moon. And then you see his performances for Liverpool and you think he's still a little way off yet, so send him out on loan, you know, settle him in, you know, strengthen him up a bit, make a man of him almost, isn't it? It's like, I think with some of these youngsters, some of them you can see that they've just got it, you know, and then others, they need to kind of go through the stages and the steps and that to kind of get that bit more. And I think Solanke's got the raw talent, but he needs to kind of go through the stages, doesn't he, before he can really start to do what we need him to do for Liverpool.
Yeah. I think Roma have got that danger man, the striker, Shehik, something like that.
Yeah.
They played today and he scored, I think, and the commentator was saying, got to watch out for him and Dzeko, because I think they're just going to target them, put balls into the box from El Shaarawy. And El Shaarawy's a quick man, so Trent's got a big game ahead of him again.
Yeah. I think Trent is going to be vital. And also, I think, you know, Van Dijk and Lovren are going to have a hell of a game because, let's face it, like, you just look like, you know, when they get set pieces and stuff, like, it was Manolas, wasn't it? Like, I think he got a goal, didn't he, against Barcelona or whatever, their goal that finally got him through or whatever. I think it was his goal, wasn't it, that made
the header,
yeah. So I just look at their way of playing and I think, you know, it's Liverpool's weakness is kind of their strength, and that's what concerns me about Roma. But then I also think, are Roma going to be used to Liverpool's fast-paced football? That's where kind of we could have the advantage as well. So it's kind of both teams' weaknesses coming head to head. Who will prevail? And I think it will make for an entertaining game. But you know, I am nervous. Are you nervous for the Roma game?
Yeah, because I'm going. Yeah, but
you're well lucky that you're going to that game, man. I'm so peed off. I've still got people on the case, but you know, everyone that I'm talking to at the moment about getting tickets, they're like, nah, mate. Like at the moment, like we're all coming up dry. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, shit, come on.
Plus, they have got Becker. Alisson's going to be playing, so obviously he's going to perform probably excellent because he is a top quality keeper. Yeah,
well, let's hope that Mo Salah, you know, just is absolutely on fire against them. And you know what everyone says about Mo Salah, but I'm actually hoping that, like, you know, this is a sort of game for like Bobby Firmino or Mane to really like get a hat trick or something at Anfield and be like, we didn't even need Salah in that game. You know what I mean? Because I'm a little bit concerned because Salah wasn't in Salah mode today, and I don't think he had a great game last game either, did he?
No, he was a bit quiet.
Yeah,
like,
so
I think he only turns up for like big games. Yeah, like he's quiet in like the smaller games.
He still scores. He still scores goals. So like we're saying, oh, he's not doing great, but he's still better like than most people out there. But you know, like it's not like, I think we just get so used to like Salah being so fucking good. Same as like when we had Luis Suarez at the club, and it's like you see Suarez score a hat trick against a team, and then one game he might not score. He only score one goal, and you think, Suarez hasn't been that good today, and actually he's probably still better than most strikers out there. You know what I mean? But
yeah,
I think that's kind of what's going on with Salah now. But I'm hoping that the occasion, obviously playing against a former club, and that doesn't get to him at the moment. That's one of my concerns. I saw someone was asking you a question here. Where was it? I think it was Mikey. He did. Where was it? I'm trying to find it for you. See, my chat jumps like mad when I'm on here. Brad, who has had the better season? Salah this season or Suarez the 13-14 season?
I don't know. It's a difficult one. Because Suarez was more of a like... I don't know, more of like... I don't know how to describe it. Like, he played off people. Salah, like, just runs in behind them.
Yeah.
Like, Suarez had Sturridge with him. And Salah has, like, all the whole team passing to him.
Yeah. I think everyone in the team at the moment is looking to set Salah up to help him, you know, beat records and things like that. Whereas when Suarez was playing, like you said, it was almost like, you know, Sturridge was kind of trying to score as much as what Suarez was as well. It was about the top two, wasn't it? Whereas now it's just about, everyone says about our front three, but it is mainly about, you know, Salah, isn't it, really?
I just hope Salah can carry on for next season.
I do as well.
That's because I just don't want people to say he was just a one-season wonder.
Yeah, everyone's already starting to say it, and I think, how can you say that when this season isn't even over yet? Like, the lad is literally breaking records this season, and people are already writing him off as a one-season wonder. You know, at the beginning of the season, he's a Chelsea fucking flop, and before the season's even over, he's a one-season wonder. And it's like, what has this lad got to do? You know, no more than scoring 100 goals a fucking season for like 10 years straight. You know, even if he did that for 10 years, people would still come up with something to say negative about him. And he seems like the most nicest, most humble bloke ever as well, doesn't he? Like,
yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Even said that he'd rather give up like the golden boot and all his records for the Champions League, for us to win it.
See, well, if someone like Luis Suarez, you know what I mean, he'd bite your hand off to just win the golden boot. Fuck the Champions League, in his opinion, doesn't it? Sam says, what do you think the game plan for Tuesday is?
Just try and kill it off like City and just take it to their ground and try and get like one goal to kill it.
Yeah, so you think all out attack from Liverpool at Anfield?
Yeah, we got to.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think, you know, going into the City legs, I was thinking stay tight, just, you know, don't let them get an away goal. I still feel like that against Roma, but because I saw what we did to City and how, you know, having that advantage against City, how that rattled them for the second game, I think City, you know, seeing the effect that had on how big of a team City have been this season, I think Roma, if we can do that to City, we can definitely do that to Roma. Yeah.
I think City are more of attacking presence than Roma, and we still didn't concede at home to City. Yeah,
that's my thing. They didn't even have a shot on target, did they, City? At our ground. You know, so that's what I'm hoping. Anyway, I'm hoping there's a similar situation, but like we say, they do play a different style of football to City. I think City play a style that kind of suits Liverpool and Klopp's style. It's open, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Roma are going to be compact. They're going to be looking for set pieces. They're going to be looking to play balls into the box. You know, and Liverpool have been susceptible to shit like that in the past. You know, it hurt us today. Hopefully it doesn't do against Roma, you know. I'm just looking here to see if there's anything else here as well. If you want Liverpool to sign all the players you want, but if you don't, then what area would you expect Liverpool to sign at least? So, basically, I think from what Blue Tick's saying, in the summer, if Liverpool wasn't able to sign everyone, then what areas would you at least want them to sign?
Definitely midfield.
Yeah.
And if it wasn't for midfield, another, like, centre-back.
Yeah.
We need like another like Colo Torre type. I know Clavan is, but I just don't think there's that much strength in the back.
Yeah.
Like we need definitely another left back for Robertson, like back up.
I think as well, like Clavan is meant to be like our Colo Torre type player, like mature, experience and that. But I think if you look at the difference in the experience that Colo Torre had and Clavan, you know, you can't really compare the two. Like Colo Torre, you know, like the experience that that bloke had was instrumental, and like the presence as well that he brought to, you know, the changing room and stuff, like the personality of the bloke, completely different type of player. You know, Ragnar Klavan doesn't seem like he's any sort of a leader or any sort of a talker or whatever, like in a changing room, or, you know, the lads don't talk about him being like that. You know, experience as in he's played football for a long time, but for fuck's sake, like, you know, I've played football for like 28 years or whatever, like from when I first kicked a ball. But does that mean that, you know, Liverpool can sign me to do a job at the back? Like, you know, it wouldn't go down well. Do you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
So I don't know. I think I don't know. I don't know whether I'm too happy at the moment about that situation.
Did you see about Toby Alderweireld leaving Tottenham?
Yeah.
Apparently, you can sign him for like 25 mil.
Do you reckon he'd come to Liverpool?
I don't know. I mean, if we've got all the right things to hopefully get Champions League, maybe win it this season.
Yeah.
And then hopefully go on to try and win the Prem. So, and we pay his wages.
Yeah.
Can't see why not.
If we got Alderweireld to go next to Van Dijk,
I think we could win the Prem.
Yeah, I think we could. I think for me, Van Dijk come in and improved us defensively massively, because it's not just that, you know, he improved us defensively in the sense that Van Dijk is a rock himself, but the way he organises the players around him and a leader at the back. But you put another quality centre back next to him as well, you know, that is consistent. I think, you know, not many teams are really going to be able to break us down with them two playing at the back. Plus as well, it's like the cover. It's the thing that we're talking about, is having more squad depth, because everyone's saying at the moment like how we're all like, we need Lovren available for Roma and stuff. So that's good for Lovren. Like, he has come a long way, but then that's cool in the sense of if we did sign someone like Alderweireld, that means that Lovren then becomes your sub. So that if Alderweireld or Van Dijk got injured, you've got Lovren as backup. Instead, at the moment, you've got Van Dijk and Lovren as your first centre backs. And look, today we had to play Clavan. Do you know what I mean? Whereas I'd much prefer to have a Van Dijk, Alderweireld or Van Dijk, De Vrij or whatever, and have Lovren coming on in that situation. Do you know what I mean? Because it just makes sense, and that's where you get that squad depth grow over time, isn't it? Maverick says definitely a Origi or something there, and my chat's just jumped massively there. I'll try and get back to that. I think people are saying like N'Golo's a beast and that, from what I can tell. My chat won't let me kind of keep on top of it. Lovren at the back, says Maverick. Lord help us, you know we never know what Lovren is going to turn up. Praying for solid Lovren to turn up, not crap Lovren on Tuesday. You'll never walk alone. Yeah, that's so true, isn't it, mate? So true.
How many players do you reckon we'll sign in the summer?
I reckon, if I'm being like honest, I think 3.
Really?
Yeah, I think, you know, you've got Naby Keita coming in, so I think 3 players on top of Naby Keita, right? But I would like another 5 on top of Naby Keita, realistically. And you know, I think you need cover for your winger spots. We need a specialist holding midfielder. You know, left back. So that's 3 straight away. You know, if Mignolet's sold, goalkeeper area, that's 4. And then, like I say,
maybe like a striker.
Back. Or you know, if Origi comes back, that's that sorted out. Or whether Grujic comes back in, I don't know what happens. But that's what I say. I reckon we'd probably sign 3. But I don't know whether we'd be signing like 1 maybe that will end up going out on loan or whatever, because it might be a youngster or something. This is why I'm interested with like this Neves situation, because I think
how old is he?
He's only 21, I think. So if we sign him, I'm wondering whether we sign him to maybe send him out on loan straight away. I'm not too sure, because I think next season, I think Klopp might be happy with the way Ox is progressing. I think Ox will get a lot of game time next year. Naby Keita's coming in as well, you know, and Klopp likes Hendo, doesn't he, playing in that holding role. So is Klopp going to be looking to sign someone like Neves that might be like, I want to play constantly, but I don't know. I'm not too sure about that one at the moment, but he's definitely a quality player.
Yeah.
Gab
maybe,
says... Oh, yeah, go on, carry on, mate.
Maybe we might be getting that Jorginho.
Yeah, it's out of them two, isn't it, for that holding role, I think, at the moment, is what I think.
And Naby can play holding and like attack of two.
Yeah, Naby used to be Naby's played holding role, isn't he? Apparently he was the best holding midfielder when he played as a holding midfielder. I mean, when he got moved forward in midfield, he was best at that role as well in the league. So he can do everything midfield-wise, can't he? Gab says, what's your favourite football chant?
The new one, obviously, because it's
sick, isn't it?
Yeah, and like when you're actually
it.
there singing it, it's boss.
See, I haven't been to a Liverpool game since my son was born, and he's coming up 2, so I haven't actually been able to be there while it's being sung yet. So I would love to go to a Liverpool game now and actually be involved in that while it's being sung, because that would be absolutely sick to be a part of it. But yeah, that is definitely up there as one of my favourites now. It just amazes me, you know. Sam says, I'll phone in Daz, mate. Oh yeah, I've got to remember Sam's going to be phoning in a minute, if he's still about. Trying to get down here, see if there's any other questions. Just thinking if FC wants to go cheap route. Oh no, you're saying it someone else. Don't want Evans, says Mikey. I've played Genie centre back and buy Evans. What's your views on Evans? Because a lot of Liverpool supporters have been saying about signing Evans. What's your views? Would you sign Evans?
I would sign Evans because he's still like a decent centre back. He's not like he's not a good centre back. Even he was linked with Arsenal, wasn't he, and City?
Yeah.
So if they see something in him, then why not? He's still a good centre back.
Something that I want to throw out there that I can ask you as well is, you just look at Man City, right? Obviously, Company not being injured, it was pushing Stones out of the team, and I said I would go in there and try and steal Stones off of Man City, because I think he's quality.
I don't think he'd come, obviously, because he was an Everton player.
Yeah, there is that link, and that is why a lot of fans are going, no, we shouldn't go for him or whatever. But I think, you know, go in there, 60 million, say we want him. I think, you know, if he's not getting game time, maybe I go, fuck it, you know, I can go and play for Liverpool. If we win the Champions League this year, he may look at, you know, we kicked Man City out of the Champions League, things like that. He might look at it and go, if they're willing to stump up 60 million for me, then fuck it, I'm going to go there. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I think if we wasn't going to get one of the other lads, you know, it's just something that I was saying. Stones is a ball player as well, and I think if you put him next to Virgil van Dijk, he's another centre back that I think if he's getting overlooked at City, I would try and tempt him away, to be honest. I rate him. I think he's quality. Watching him for England, I think, yeah, he's a good centre back.
Suarez could be leaving too, because apparently Barca are after Griezmann.
Yeah. I see that. Would you take him back?
I would, yeah.
I would, 100%. That's actually, everyone put that in the chat now. Everyone put it in the chat. Would you take Luis Suarez back in the summer? If Suarez becomes available and he's willing to come back to Liverpool, would you take Luis Suarez back at Anfield? I would, 100%. I would take him.
If he made like other signings around, like in like midfield, and then brought Suarez in, I think we could possibly win the league.
I think we would.
Win others.
See, Mikey says, no, I wouldn't sign Suarez. Why would you not sign Suarez, Mikey? Because he left us to go to Barca. See, for me, I think if you had Suarez playing up top and you dropped Bobby Firmino just off him, behind him, and you had Mane on the left and, you know, Salah on the right, fuck me, mate, that is goals. Suarez wouldn't start over Bobby, says Thomas. No, I wouldn't start him over Bobby. I'd drop Bobby off him. That Bobby would be your creative flair that would make Suarez, Mane and Salah all link together, mate. It would be absolutely mint, in my opinion.
Like maybe play Bobby and Suarez up top mainly, like, and then push Mane and Salah a bit more wider.
Yeah.
I know Salah wouldn't get as much goals, but at least it'd be like creating them for Salah. I mean, Suarez and Bobby.
Yeah, but I think Salah would still get a lot of goals, because if you remember, Suarez also, right, if you think about it, Suarez does create a lot of space for other players around him, because everyone was so scared of him in the Premier League, like what he's capable of. You know, at the moment, you see now teams are starting to know what Salah's capable of. So they're starting to like throw 2 or 3 players in front of him. If they do that against Salah next season, and we had Suarez left open, he's going to bang goals in for fun because he's an outright finisher. Yeah. So, you know, they do that, they're leaving Suarez unmarked, or Mane or Firmino. If they do it against Suarez, they're leaving the other 3. Mate, that front line is capable of literally burying any team on the planet. Our front 3 is already scaring everyone. You add Suarez to that, mate, they would all interchange as well. It would be unreal. I think that would be the best thing that could happen for Liverpool. If we sign Suarez in the summer, you know, mate, I would cream in my pants. Sorry.
Like you could play like a 4 and then 2 holding and then the 3 and then 1 up front. Yeah.
Oh, mate, seriously, you could literally do it any way you want. Like, you know, I get, you know, I see what like was said there. Like Tom was saying he wouldn't start over Bobby, but like you've got to think of all the competitions as well, Thomas. Like in a sense of, you know, like resting players as well. Look at today. You know, Firmino needed resting. If you had all them players and you had Suarez available as well, you could drop Firmino for a game and you've still got Suarez playing. You could drop Suarez for a game, you've got Firmino playing. Mate, the options that would be there would be unreal, you know. Blue Tick says Suarez will never play for another Prem team. I don't think so. I think, you know...
He got so much hate when he was at the Prem as well. From other teams.
You know, Arsenal have already got their strikers, and as well, let's face it, no matter who they get as a manager, they are not going to be in the market for a striker, are they? Let's face it. And that would be the only other team, because he was willing to go there, I think, before, that I would have been thinking, could he go there? But I just can't see it. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with the Chelsea situation with their manager in the summer.
Is Arsene Wenger like retiring, or is he just leaving Arsenal?
I don't know whether he's retiring. I think he's leaving. I think he might have a little bit of a break to make his mind up, but I reckon he'll go to PSG, to be honest.
Yeah. No, PSG are getting that one from Dortmund. What was his name? Thomas Tuchel.
One. Yeah.
Thomas Tuchel. Yeah.
But I mean, like, I think Arsene Wenger will have a couple of years off, and then I reckon he'll end up PSG. Because it's the link, isn't it? It's the French link, you know what I mean? Arsene Wenger's not going to manage anyone else in the Premier League, is he? Maverick says Suarez, yes. Mike says Suarez was Bobby before Bobby was Bobby. Mike says I absolutely love Suarez, but what would happen to Bobby? Think about it, lads. Think about what I was saying. You know, like, that would be such a bloody team if we had that. You wouldn't even need a goalkeeper if you had that strike force. But Suarez had 30 plus goals, yeah. Sam says apparently if Kohler get relegated, their left back and their goalkeeper for a combined 11 million. Köln are bottom of Bundesliga, yeah. Their left back and goalie go for... Oh, I didn't see what he said after that. Thomas Billing says Firmino isn't a midfielder though anymore. Klopp has made him a proper 9. Don't want to ruin the flow of the front 3. Suarez don't have the legs to press like others anymore. Suarez just has the ability though, Thomas. Like, he has the knowledge and that. Like, he's so bloody clever. And, you know, it's just the way he pops up in the right areas, like what we see Salah do all the time. I think if they were interchanging, can you imagine? It'd be like something like the Red Arrows or whatever, like the way it would be. Like, they'd be going like that, like literally crossing paths all the time. Salah coming in from the right wing. You know, Firmino going out towards the right, creating that space for Salah to come inside. Suarez would be interchanging with Firmino, and Salah and Mane could come in, you know. Mate, we would have so many options. It would be absolutely ridiculous. I've just looked on the stream. I just see I look like an old school raver with the way my hands were going. Absolute mad school. Maverick says for next season I would get Salah trained up to play on the left for beginning of next season to keep teams guessing. Yeah, it's not a bad shout, that, Maverick. What do you reckon about that one, mate?
I don't think Salah would suit on the left because he likes to cut in on his left foot on the right, doesn't he?
Yeah, he can bang though from the left. He has scored a couple of good goals, hasn't he, from over on that left side?
Yeah, I guess.
He can finish from out that side.
Maybe like that's the plan B, switch it up.
Yeah.
Like if his plan A is not working.
Yeah, definitely would keep him guessing. Mike says, I think Suarez has his legs, but I don't think he needs to press as much in that Barca team. Yeah, because they constantly on the ball and they have slow build-up play, so he doesn't have to do as much as he used to at us. Yeah, probably, because you look at Suarez, man, like, you know, everyone used to say he's the sort that he's constantly getting tackled in training and stuff. He constantly getting tackled in games, would never be out. I think the bloke's probably fit as a fiddle, to be honest. Like, he's a bit of a horse, and he a workhorse. So yeah. I wouldn't worry about him in that sense. But Blue Tick says maybe have a Fab Four with Mane, Bobby, Suarez, and Salah. It sounds so brilliant, doesn't it? Honestly, I don't want to get my hopes up too much because I don't think it will happen. But if it would, then I think it would be the best summer that I think Liverpool could have. Adding Suarez, Naby Keita coming in. Oh my God. Lads, the team. Think about the team, Brad. Naby Keita in midfield, right? Bobby Firmino. Oh, think about it, guys. Right? Karius in goal. Yeah. I ain't got a penny. Karius in goal. Yep. And then you've got young Trent or Kleiny at right back. Lovren or, you know, Alderweireld sign in the summer. Yeah. So, right, here we go. Karius, Klein or Trent, Alderweireld, Van Dijk, Robertson, holding midfielder, Naby Keita, Bobby Firmino or Ox, and then you've got Mane, Salah, Suarez. What the fuck? What the absolute fuck? Seriously. If that team doesn't scare the shit out of anyone, that's like a Freddy Krueger of teams. That is like a nightmare. You wouldn't be able to cope with that team, would you?
No.
That team is fantastic. And that team is affordable. What would Luis Suarez cost? Everyone put in the chat. What do you think Luis Suarez would go for?
Like 60 mil.
He wouldn't cost a lot, would he, Brad? Not at all. 60 million wouldn't be far off, I don't think. Because how old's Luis Suarez now?
Like 32, 31, I believe.
Yeah, he's still got a couple of seasons in him, hasn't he? Let's have a look. Oh, great balls of fire. Just let one rip on the live stream. Don't mind it, guys. You know, you can't smell it. 31 years old he is. So, yeah, he's 1 year older than me. So, he was born 1 year before me. So, yeah, you know, he's got a couple of years left in him. Wouldn't have to do a lot, would he, really, with the other legs around him? God.
No.
What area do you think Liverpool should tackle against Roma in terms of weakness, says Blue Tick. So, there you go, Brad. What area?
The midfield, definitely. Because what's his name? Nainggolan. He's a big presence.
Yeah.
In the midfield.
Crush him.
Yeah. He's like maybe like not like Chan, but a bit more better than Chan.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when he just runs forward, he can just run past players.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like, we're not going to man mark him, but I think we need to shut down the passing lanes to him to stop him from really being able to get on the ball and dictate like he normally does. Thomas Billings says, I'm not saying I wouldn't sign him because I would, but he wouldn't make it into our best 11 at the moment. No way, not in the formation that Klopp likes. I think he would, Thomas, but, you know, I get what you're saying about the formation that we're playing, but I would squeeze him in there, Tom. Do you know what I mean? Like, mate, I would squeeze Luis Suarez into anything. Do you know what I mean? Like, I really would. I do like him. I like him a lot. No balance at all, though, Dad says Nakib. Yeah, I do get what you mean. Like, but, you know, if you get the right holding midfielder, Nakib, you get the right holding midfielder, and you could have the balance. You got to get the right holding midfielder, and your left and right back doesn't need to push right up. If you've got Mo Salah and Mane sitting more wider, you know, then they don't have to push right up. If you've got Luis Suarez and Firmino, you know, you've got a lot of flair up top, ain't you, with that team? What area do you think Liverpool should tackle against? Right, I saw that one, didn't I? Sam, Sam, are you still there, mate? If you're still there, then let me know. Where was it? That's your team, Daz. Right, Marcus says, Carrius, Trent / Klein, Alderweireld, Van Dijk, Robbo, certain defensive midfielder, Keita, Bobby, Ox, Salah, Suarez, Marley. Look at that team. Guys, that team that keeps us 31 for Luis Suarez, yeah. Mikey says Suarez would go for like 120 million, 130 million, I reckon. Really?
Think he would? No, not that much.
He's 31 though, Mikey. Suarez 6 million, no way, too much, more like 35 million, says Maverick, because he's 30. Suarez's fee will be lower, yeah. Brad, I think you sent me something, didn't you?
Yeah, it's what I'd like the team to look like next season.
Let me have a look. Let me have a look at his sunshine. Oh wow, hang on guys, I'm going to read out this team that he's just sent me. So he's got Carrius in goal, then Trent at right back, Alderweireld as centre back, right centre back, Van Dijk as left centre back, Robson as left back, Jorginho as one of the centre defensive midfielders, Keita as the other centre defensive midfielder, Oxlade-Chamberlain as cam, and then Salah as right midfielder, Mane as left midfielder, and then Firmino as striker. But obviously that's the 4-2. What formation is that you've got there?
4-2-3-1.
4-2-3-1. There you go. That's in FIFA terms, guys. Shows how long I haven't played FIFA. Oh, right. Where was we? Yeah, is Sam still there? Sam, are you still there, mate? Sam, are you still wanting to call, buddy? Tell me if you want to call. Because obviously I've got Brad on the line. Sam says my ideal team would be Alisson in goal, right back Florenzi, centre backs Virgil and Toby, left back Robbo, centre mids Naby and Jorginho / Ox, centre defensive midfielder Neves, and the front three picks itself. Yeah, that's a quality team as well. Just not realistic in my opinion, says Thomas. Yeah, Firmino wouldn't fit in the midfield though. Maybe it would work on FIFA, but in real life it wouldn't work in my opinion, Daz. Fair enough, mate. You know, Firmino did used to be a midfielder though, Thomas. Firmino was quality as a midfielder as well. It was only Klopp that was like, I want him a striker.
I think he'd do decent in centre mid.
I've been saying for ages that I wanted him dropped to midfield, but then because of that, it's all of a sudden clicked. And with Salah now, you know, I think the reason it's clicked so much is because Salah's come in and scoring lots of goals, you know. But I was saying for ages, drop him in as, you know, the creator into midfield. But I think that the position that he's playing, he's almost playing like that anyway, because he's playing as like a false nine or whatever, isn't he? Like the way he plays, because he drops deep when he like gets involved to tackle and stuff, and then he's more he creates space for Mane and Salah to advance, doesn't he? Beyond him. Yeah. So.
And I think Ox has done well since he's come in.
Yeah, I think so as well. I think Ox has been quality. Yeah, sure. I just need to be quiet. Okay, Sam, mate, no worries. Right, Brad, I'm going to get Sam on. Thank you for joining me tonight, mate. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, no worries.
And hopefully get you on again soon, mate.
Yeah.
Right,
hopefully with Roma win.
Yeah, that'd be sick, mate. Yeah, we do that because Liverpool are hopefully going to be in a good position after the first game.
Yep.
All right, mate. Take care. I'll speak to you soon. Take care, Brad, mate. Right, Samio. In your own timeo. Thomas says he was a good midfielder, but look at him now. Firmino never clicked until he was put in the false nine, and then an out and out 9. Yep. I think Firmino used to be a defender. Yeah, he started as a centre back, blue tick apparently. It's mad, isn't it, mate? Absolute madness. Yo, what's up, my G?
You alright?
Yes, mate. How are you?
I'm good. I just need to be really quiet because everyone in my house is asleep just now.
Okie dokie, mate. What's your views on Luis Suarez then? Let's start with that bad boy.
It's weird Because, like, I think he should join back because it would mean a lot to fans. But I can't see it happening. But he has said that he wouldn't go to any other Premier League team but Liverpool if he was ever to come back to the Prem.
Yeah.
So if he was going anywhere, then we are definitely at the top of his list, I think. I think he would make the team, but it would have to probably shift Klopp's system a little bit.
Yeah. I think, you know, if you look at how much we could get Luis Suarez for in the summer, you know, I don't think you're going to get a player of his quality for that amount of fee, if that makes sense. I can see someone like Bayern Munich or something signing him though. You know, that's why I'm not sure that it's going to happen, but I think it would be a good bit of business because I think, you know, there's a lot of talk that Jurgen Klopp's not going to go into a transfer market in the summer for a striker. He's on about bringing Brewster up, but if Klopp sees that there's a chance of bringing Luis Suarez back to Liverpool, would Klopp really snub the chance of signing Luis Suarez? I don't think he would, to be honest, if the fee was right.
Yeah, I agree with that, but to be honest, I haven't actually watched much of Suarez since he's left. I've obviously watched the Champions League games and everything, like where the one against PSG a couple of seasons ago where they dismantled them pretty much single-handedly. I haven't seen much of him since he's left, so I don't know if he's done anything like controversial or anything, but I don't think he has.
Yeah, he's a little shit, and he was at Liverpool, wasn't he? Like, you know, he comes back into Liverpool, 31 years old, you know, and spends half a season banned anyway.
Yeah.
The Keep says 80 million. He thinks Suarez would be less than 60 million. And that, how much do you reckon Suarez would actually go for in the summer if he was available?
See, I don't think we'd go higher than 50 or 60 because he's obviously 31. But I think Barca would kind of just do that shithousery where they just go and say, oh, well, 90 million.
What, you reckon they'd try and recoup some of that Coutinho money?
Yeah, possibly, to be honest. But they would say like 90 million, and then it's like no one's going to go into the market unless you're United and be willing to pay 90 million for a 31-year-old striker.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, that is so true. We were talking about Alderweireld as a centre back and that, like, your views on Alderweireld. Obviously, I think we know that you're going to want him because of like the team section and everything, but Alderweireld, quality centre back. Do you think he would join Liverpool realistically?
Probably not. I think he'd probably go to United. I genuinely think it depends on how this season finishes.
It looks like if United, we won a Champions League, do you reckon we could sign him?
Yeah, there? But also if we came second, if we picked United for second, we would have had a bigger chance of getting him. But I think he's just going to look at the table and see that United are second, and say, I want to play there.
Yeah. That's what pees me off at Man United though, right? This is something that really, really annoys me with them, is players look at Man United and they go, oh, they're bigger than Liverpool, whatever, and I don't know what it is about United, you know, even if they have a shit season or whatever, Man United will still go out there and just spend 100 million on a player, and it doesn't matter, you know, who the player is or what the situation is, that deal will happen, you know. And then us as Liverpool fans will go, we want this player. We look at it, we see all the transfer rumours and stuff, and then we don't get a player that we think that player would come into our team and could be the missing piece that could help us win the Premier League this season or the next season or whatever. and all it would do would cost us 80 million for that player, and Liverpool will shy out of it by 20 million, or we will stump up the money to buy the player, but we won't offer them that extra 20,000 a week. That really pisses me off when teams like United, they do that. But, you know, I don't want to be the buying club, but why is it that, you know, Liverpool won't do what United and that do?
It's partly down to the fact that, and I might get slated for this, probably get slated for it, but it's how much FSG are willing to give Klopp. I'm not saying like, oh, FSG. I don't particularly like FSG as owners. I would prefer like Amanda Staveley to come and get like a company to buy us or whatever.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't want us to sell out, because like I wouldn't want us to sell out as a football club as a whole.
So what,
like,
get an investment?
Yeah, like I wouldn't want. I don't think we would, but do you know, like if we got like a Sheikh Mansour that just came in and bought like the club for like 2 billion, and then just gave Klopp like 600 million to go spend on the team.
Yeah.
Unrealistic, but you get my point.
Yeah.
It's like Man United's owners are willing to just go, yeah. They just pull out a lot of cash out of their wallets and just go, yeah.
Yeah.
Do whatever the fuck you like with it. And FSG, they see Liverpool as a business, but they're also trying to get involved in the transfer side of it, where they're going, well, you can have this player, and I think Klopp's kind of just went, nah, I don't want that player, he's shit, I want this player. And I think I've heard some things that Mohamed Salah was actually he was second choice for FSG in the summer.
Oh, really?
Which is mental.
Who was first choice?
I can't remember. It was someone like miles worse than him. It was like up. It must have been Gelson Martin, whatever his name is, Gelson Martin.
Yeah.
In Lisbon, because he's the only other winger I can actually think of that's been linked with us.
Yeah.
Which is just mental considering the season he's had.
Yeah, can you imagine if we missed out on Mo Salah? What a loss that would have been. We would have never known, would we? Or, well, we would have if he would have gone to someone else and scored all the goals.
I can tell you, I certainly would have been angrier about today's result if we hadn't got him.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Right, where was we here? Hang on 2 seconds. Mike says, I think Suarez would rejoin Ajax, to be honest. That's not a bad shout, that, Mikey, because obviously Ajax will be close to his heart there. Ajax haven't won a league for the last 2 seasons. He said before he would love to go back there. So that's a possibility, isn't it, there for him. Nakib says, yeah, Mikey. Mike says, read the first part of my comment, Des. That's Suarez. 6 minutes, second part of my comment. Oh, let me just have a look. So, Mike says, I reckon he would. He's 31 and still scoring 20 plus goals in the league. Neymar just gone for 200 million. If Harry Kane goes, it will be like 200 million if we sign Van Dijk for 75 million. What makes you think, oh, that Suarez will go for less than 60 million? Yeah, I got you now, Mikey. Brad had said something there as well. They paid the wages about Man United. That must have been. That's what I'm saying. Like, why did Liverpool not do that? You know, that's what really bugs me, and that's about the structuring and things like that. Like, that's the real horrible side of it. Like, we want to be up there with the bigger boys. You know, like, we want to be competing for the Premier League. We want to be winning trophies and stuff. We get the good manager in. We're getting some of the quality players, or we're getting in players, and then they're turning quality because of the managers and the coaching staff, or they've got raw ability that then is coming to show. But then, you know, we're never quite getting there, are we? We're getting close to it, and then, you know, we're never there because we're not competing financially with the likes of Man City, Chelsea, Man United. You know, Man United and Chelsea and Man City, they throw away a hell of a lot of money as well. If you look at the players that they throw a lot of money on, 50% of them don't come off, but they still will keep doing the same shit, but it wins trophies. So everyone goes, yeah, they're buying clubs and that, but everyone's jealous of them clubs because they are winning the leagues. Look at Man City this year. Everyone goes, fantastic football that they're playing, fantastic team, fantastic manager. Not many people are sitting there going, they're shit because they've bought the league. You get the rare fans that are saying that, but most people, the most majority of fans, myself included, are going, City, fantastic this year. But how have they got there? They put the money where it counts, paid the wages. How much has their defence cost? Their defence is an absolute fucking fortune, isn't it? You know what I mean? And there's us. We've got the most expensive defender in the world now, haven't we? But this is where we need to be now to compete with that. I don't like that fact. I say it time and time again. I don't like that, but we've got to be like that to be up there competing with them. Otherwise, there's no point, is there? Do you agree with that, Sam? Unless we start putting our money on the table with these other clubs, we're never going to win that Premier League, are we?
Yeah.
Unless we're lucky, like Leicester.
To a certain extent, yes. But yeah, like you said earlier, Man City, they're able to just spunk away money like it's nothing.
Yeah.
They spent 200 million on a new defence.
Yeah.
In the summer, which was mental because they came third last season with that defence, which was decent.
Yeah.
Certainly better than ours. And their owners have just went, oh yeah, you can have X amount of money, and then Guardiola is praised as a football genius. But yeah, he's a good manager, and I'm not taking anything away from their title win, but their title win has came with a certain extent of they play good football. But with the amount of money they've spent, you'd think they'd have to be steamrolling everything, to be honest.
Yeah.
Liverpool isn't like that because it was. We were saying a couple of minutes ago, we almost missed out on Salah. In the summer, we were so when we put the bid in, we were being so stingy with the money. It was like a matter of 1 million.
Yeah.
If it was City and Roma for 34 million for Salah, like they did with us, City would go, oh no, have 65.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
That's the thing, isn't it? That's what I mean. We're trying to compete with these lads now, with these teams. We're in the top 4, we're in the Champions League. To compete with the big teams, there's a certain amount of it that it comes down to the money. The other side is obviously good coaching, a good unit, the team bonding as well, and connecting, and there's a lot of other factors that go into it as well. Don't get me wrong, like I say, like Leicester winning the Premier League and that, is other things and stuff. But for us to compete, that net spend that we're seeing as a club surely has to go up now as well. And this is what I'm waiting to see from this summer, from FSG and from our club. Maverick says all the will go to United for bigger wages. Do you think so, Sam?
Yeah. Well, that's arguably that's what the whole dispute with the contract with Spurs is about, is it not? I think it is with the wages.
Yeah.
People say, oh, the club's fine with FSG, but if you dig deeper, it's we have it's a negative net spend, I think. And if we're going back to today, West Brom have a higher net spend than us.
Do they? Do they actually have a higher net spend? I haven't looked into it recently, but that's absolutely crazy if they do.
I saw it a couple of weeks ago.
That's mental.
It was after the Coutinho sale. They were They were ahead of us by like 8 million or something. It was so annoying.
That's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. I remember doing a video on my other channel on Eventual FC where I was talking about the net spend since FSG took over, and it averaged out at about 21 million, between 20 and 30 million a season. That we was actually paying, and I was like, when you're considering that the other top 6 teams, top 4 teams even, their net spend was so much more than ours, and it was like, no wonder you're seeing a difference in the performance levels from us to like the likes of City, because at that point as well when I did that, City were a lot better than us. Like, City have been fantastic now, and I don't think Liverpool are too far off, but there's still definitely room for improvement. And I still think that this summer, yes, we should be making signings, but I think, to be honest, we need to be spending money. If we get through this summer, right, and I feel that we haven't spent money and we have tried to be tight again, and FSG look at the whole situation and go, well, hang on a minute, we're in the Champions League here. We've either won the Champions League or we got to the final and nearly won the Champions League. We don't really need to spend that much. Got a good manager in there. The team's good. Obviously, they're good to get to that. They've got in the Champions League game. We don't need to spend that much. We can keep doing what we're doing because that keeps the pennies coming in. That's when then, like I've said all along, they've got until the end of this summer transfer window to prove to me that they're going to start to back the club financially with transfers. They might be backing the club in other areas financially, and they're definitely looking for investments in the club. But, I want to see a little bit more in the sense of, pay the extra money. We saw it with Van Dijk. Just pay the extra bloody money on some more players, because Van Dijk's come in. Yes, he's the most expensive player in, defender in the world now, but look at how much he improved us. It's made so much difference. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, if we did that for the midfield on one player, which I don't think we need to because we've got Navigator coming in, I think that will improve us big time. But if we did that to build a spine for Klopp, that would make such a massive difference. I think Liverpool could compete with everyone,
Yeah. The thing with Jorginho liking the video on Instagram, linking him with us. Yeah. We kind of just need to bide our time until the window, until the real links start coming in, because this is the worst part of the season, where you start to see transfers creeping up on us.
Yeah.
And it's some of them are just bullshit, because it's Cagliari, Korean forward who's 19 years old, and it's right, because no one's heard of him before.
Yeah.
So and then all these the bigger clubs are they're buying youngsters that people know. City bought Sané, and United, I'm trying to think who have United bought. Martial, there you go, example. Them two clubs have bought youngsters that everybody knows.
But Sané nearly come to Liverpool. We wanted Sané.
Yeah. We wanted Gundogan as well, and he said in an interview that he wants to play under Guardiola, which is bullshit. He just wanted 30,000 a week more. Which is I said this to my dad because we were rewatching the second leg. Playing for City is like selling your soul to the devil, because it's it's not like you actually enjoy playing football.
Yeah.
It's City is the Chinese league summed up in one.
Yeah.
Because it's why? Yeah, you're gonna get a trophy at the end of the season, and ultimately we're hunting for a trophy, but we're doing it in our own way. We're doing it we're doing it properly. If anything. It annoys me, but I know owners in the game, because owners don't care enough about the football team anymore. I know I'm 14 and I'm saying that. It's back in my day and stuff. But I mean, like, owners don't care about the football team as much as they should.
Yeah, no, I fully agree. And it doesn't matter about your age or whatever, because you know about football. Do you know what I mean? And like, for me, in that sense, you bang on the money. Like, owners are in it because it's a money business now. The transfers and that FSG, it's all. I think Nakeeb's put there. Fans are treated as customers everywhere. You know, that is true. Everything is a brand. Liverpool is a brand. Liverpool football team is a brand. FSG, they're using us as a brand. It's a business, isn't it? It's all a business. Maverick said there, we definitely need to sell some players to make way for newcomers. Who do we sell? So, on the lines of like bringing in money, like we're talking about that, who would you sell, Sam? Who do you think we need to sell to make way? Obviously, I think there's a couple of ones that we know need to go, but your opinions there, mate.
Moreno. Right, so this is going to be a fairly long list. Moreno, Ward. To be honest, we need to ship like a few of the youngsters out, because like some of the forwards are just not going to get in. Woodburn, yeah, prospect for the future. We can keep him or like send him on a loan.
Yeah.
Solanke's like, it's weird. Solanke's weird because he just doesn't offer anything. Like, he's got the height, and you think with the height that he's gonna like be able to be an aerial threat and stuff. It just doesn't make any sense, because he's a weird footballer, and we should loan him out.
He's a weird footballer.
We should loan him out. We should sell Sturridge. I like Sturridge. I just feel really sorry for him.
Yeah.
Because Bobby's that good that he's just not getting a look in the team.
Yeah.
Mignolet, Ward, yeah. Possibly one of the centre backs, because I think Matip needs to go. To be honest,
would you get rid of Matip?
Yeah, it doesn't offer anything.
See, I would keep Matip, but like to give him more chance. Do you know what I mean? Because I think last season he was our best centre back. This year, I don't know what's gone on with him, but I think he needs a bit more time, to be honest. But that's just me. Obviously, other people, I think a lot of people can't stand Matip now, like because of the season that he's had. Obviously you're one of them, but
I liked Matip last season, but it was just he's been disgraceful last season, in my opinion.
Yeah. What I was going to say there as well, there was something now I saw. Someone said something there. Maverick, well, I've just seen Maverick saying Solanke is not quick enough for the Premier League in terms of thinking quickly and physical speed. Yeah, as Sam said, he's a weird player. The terminology is absolutely fantastic from Sam there. You only get that on the bench TV. Mikey says, I think with Solanke that he has the ability, but he doesn't have the experience yet. Yeah, I think in time, I think Solanke will come good. I think it's about a loan. With Danny Ward, that's what I wanted to bring up. I did see a comment I wanted to ask you about, Sam, but we're talking about Danny Ward anyway. I think with Danny Ward, I think the reason I say sell him now is because I think it's unfair on him. I feel sorry for Danny Ward. You say you feel sorry for Sturridge because obviously his injuries and stuff like that, but I feel sorry for Ward because we kept him back. I mean, he didn't get a look in because we got kicked out of the cups and stuff. He just didn't get a look in, did he? So I think if Danny Ward's not going to get made into the number 2 goalkeeper if Mignolet gets sold, he's got to go, innit? Or at least go on loan. But will Danny Ward want to go on loan again? Or will he just say, nah, it's about time I want to go and be number 1 at a club? Because I think Ward is good enough to go and be number 1 somewhere, isn't he?
Well, we were all me, my dad and my brother were talking about this, and like while we were watching the game, he's good. I'd say he's Premiership level, but just not him and Mignolet are both definitely Premiership level, but I think we should I think Huddersfield would be eager to get Ward back. And I think a few of the lower down teams, I think even like some of the newly relegated or promoted teams, they'll be looking at Mignolet, and even Napoli will be wanting Mignolet. So get them two out, then bring in Alisson and Oblak. Fuck it, Oblak and then we've got, and then look at that, we've got Karius as a second/third choice keeper.
Yeah, fuck it, Karius, you've been doing alright, but do you know what I mean? We're just gonna go all out. We're gonna get Oblak, and you can just sit on the bench again. Well, not even on the bench, like, do you know what I mean?
No, I'd keep, I don't know many young keepers, because Lafont, he's surely going to PSG, because everyone has that. I think that's why the Premier League is so good, because I don't think it has that, where every other league has one team that snaps up like every player. If you think about it, Italy have Juventus, Bayern are the most obvious ones, where with like Goretzka and that, and they're going to get Mayor soon.
Yeah.
They just snap up every single like talent they can find in Germany. Don't give anyone else any like
looking.
And then it's PSG in France.
Yeah.
So that's I like the Premier League for that, because there's not one team that has that.
Yeah. That's what makes the Premier League stand out, isn't it? That's why the Premier League's the most competitive as well. That's why I like it. Mikey had said something there, because he said, I said something to Sam further up the chat. He said it wasn't a question. It might have been what I'd seen. It was talking about the owners, but here it is. Sam, I think it's because they spend so much money on their baseball team that they can't just throw money at this team. That's probably why we have to sell. Why we have a sell to buy policy. That's what I saw, Mikey. That was it. Because I saw Sam. Remember, Sam, I said there was something I was going to say to you that I'd seen. That was what it was, mate. But yeah, obviously the baseball team that they've got and everything, they spend a lot of money on them, don't they? What was it? Thomas Billings says, Daz, what do you think? He's put out equals Sturridge, Mignolet, Clavan, Moreno, Bogdan, Slanky, in brackets like a loan, in equals Neves / Jorginho, Lemar, in brackets for the right price, Lascelles, De Vries, Bertrand, Butland, and Naby, of course. Would you be happy with that, Sam? Like, for the outs and ins?
Wait, so Butland instead of Alisson?
Yeah, like, obviously, I think what Thomas is saying is, obviously, if we're looking for a second goalkeeper instead of splashing big on a goalkeeper area, like Karius is staying number one for now.
I don't know, because I don't think Butland's good. He had a good season and a half, and then I think some people have just got it shifted into their head.
Yeah, I think if I'm looking at what Thomas has just put there, I think like the ins is probably quite realistic. You know, with Lamar being linked and stuff like that, Jorginho, Neves heavily linked. Lascelles is a new one for me. De Vries, I think, would be a smart bit of business, and I really do think De Vries will be one to watch, guys, because I think, to be honest with you, it is an FSG Liverpool sort of signing. You've got the link with Van Dijk. You know, like Van Dijk will be saying, if Liverpool want to sign you, come play with me. Wijnaldum's at the club as well. You know, he will be welcomed with open arms. Bertrand, you know, I don't think that will happen, because I think Liverpool won't want to fish there, if that makes sense, but could well be another player that, you know, Liverpool have been linked with. I can see that possibly happening at some point, but I'm just not too sure about the summer. And Butland, I've said it, I think if we go into the market for a goalkeeper from Mignolet sold and Ward or whatever, I think, you know, it'd be like a Butland or maybe even Pope. I said Pope's been good this year, isn't he? Like, would you prefer Pope over Butland? And you guys can put that in the chat as well, guys.
Yeah.
Who would you prefer, Butland or Pope, if you had to pick? What about you, Sam?
Pope.
Yeah,
Pope every single day.
Yeah, I think Pope surprised me this year. I think I watched him when he played against us as well, and I thought he was like a Terminator. Like, he made that save at the near post where he just put his arm up, and his reaction was so quick, but it just hit his arm, and his arm didn't even move, and it was a powerful shot. I can't remember who hit it. It might have been Salah, but I was just like, the man is made of steel. I was like, what the fuck was that? Do you know what I mean? Nikib says Slanky does seem to have everything you look for in a classic number 9. Yeah, I think Nikib, mate. I think, to be honest, I think down the line, I think Slanky will come good. Like I say, he does have the makings of a quality player. I just think just got to give him time, you know. Maverick says I would keep Matip and Virgil van Dijk, sell Lovren, Clavan, Moreno, Mignolet, Ings, buy a new centre-back to join Virgil van Dijk, Matip and Gomez, buy a defensive midfielder and a creative midfielder, and buy a player that could be appropriate cover for front three. I think that's quite a good shout there. What do you think, Sam, on that? So basically, to highlight that, he's saying, I know you won't agree with keep Matip because obviously what you said, but he said he would sell Lovren, Clavan and Moreno. He's going to sell Mignolet as well in that, and sell Danny Ings. And then he says about buying a new centre-back to obviously stay to come into the team with Virgil van Dijk, Matip and Gomez. Because you've got to remember that Gomez can play centre-back. And we've said, haven't we, before that we want to see Gomez play centre-back. And then he says, again, we need a defensive midfielder. Be nice to get a creative midfielder, we said as well. And then buy a player that, you know, can cover for the front three that plays, isn't it? What do you make of that?
I think that would be good, but I wouldn't sell Lovren.
Yeah.
Because Lovren's been good.
Yeah, so I think you would sell Matip, wouldn't you, and keep Lovren in that instance? I think. Yeah. I
probably also wouldn't, like, this sounds stupid, but I don't think I would play Gomez at centre back. I wouldn't take the risk of playing a young player in such a vital position.
Yeah. So are you under the illusion now that Gomez should stay as a right back, or would you keep Trent at right back, and then when Klein comes back, would you push Gomez even further out of the team?
Gomez is still, like, I think Gomez can still be an option for right back. It's just that he gets caught, like, sleeping sometimes, because the 4-3 game against City, he's ball watching, and he's like, even if he just like stops before he like runs all the way towards Sani to like immediately press him, then he's got the better of Sani, because Sani's first touch is anticipating the fact that he's coming right towards him.
Yeah.
So then if he holds off a bit, then he's just got the ball back straight away.
Yeah. See, something that I was going to say is what a few people have said to me recently is Gomez also played left back for us. So what do you think of that as cover for Robertson over Moreno? Because obviously we're saying about getting rid of Moreno because of he's an absolute fucking mistake putting him on there. I think I'd rather see Gomez play left back than Moreno.
Yeah, probably. Well, the Everton game, people will say that's just because it was like a C team for us, but the Everton game, I think that shows that Klopp doesn't trust Moreno anymore. He's pushed him out the side and put, I How old is Clavan? He's 32 or something. Isn't
Yeah.
he? Hold on, let me check. I think he is. He's 32 and he's pushing out Moreno, who is a natural left-sided player, which is mental. So and there was also news that Moreno's searching for a new club.
Oh, so Moreno is looking for a way out now, is he?
Yeah, I think so.
See, I haven't seen about that today. What was I going to say? Saf Tax, welcome to the stream, mate. He says, selling Moreno would be enough to move forwards. Love it. Thomas Billings says, completely disagree, Sam. If you actually watch Stoke, he saves them a hell of a lot. Guessing this means about Butland, I think, from around the time that he was saying that. And he's better than Mignolet. I said Butland over Alisson because I would keep Karius as number 1. Yeah. I thought that was what you meant, Thomas, at the time. Thomas says, Sam sounds like Captain Macmillan from Modern Warfare 1. Saftak says, Gomez right back is a big, big mistake. He's another Moreno type car crash waiting to happen. Matt says, I will keep Lovren, Virgil van Dijk, Matip, and buy another centre-back. As for Gomez, I think he's poor in the air and inconsistent. Do you think Gomez would cut it as a defensive midfielder? It's not a bad shout, that, Matt, actually. You know, we're looking for a defensive midfielder. So maybe in a pre-season type game, maybe test him in that role for the under-23s. Could try it, I guess, couldn't you? You know, I think Gomez is still young, so he gets a lot of criticism. But something you've got to say as well is Gomez does get caught out, doesn't he? He gets caught ball watching a bit and stuff. And you say about the inconsistency levels and that. I mean, you've got people that say, yeah, but you've got to remember he's young and stuff. So I try to take everything into consideration. Maybe as a holding midfielder, it wouldn't be as critical because playing at right back or even left back, when people said to me about playing Gomez as left back over Moreno, you know, if someone messes up in them areas, you know, look at Gomez. Well, I mean, look at Trent against Man United when, you know, what happened to him there, how bad that cost Liverpool in that game. That's the sort of shit that can happen in it. So I don't know. There's definitely room for improvement for young Gomez. So I'm not going to write him off. I wouldn't sell Gomez, but I definitely think that Gomez kind of needs to find himself. He needs to find his place in the team. Is he a right back? Is he a left back? Is he a centre back? Because he's played in all them positions. Is he, you know, going forward as a defensive midfielder? Who knows? I think the way he's been shifted about quite a bit. He's got some attributes, and he for a youngster and that. So I don't know, guys. Feel free. Anyone else that's in the streams and that, feel free to let me know what your views are on Gomez going forwards. Brad says, would you do a meetup? Yeah, of course, Brad. Of course, mate. I'm well up for meetups, mate. I've met up with a few subscribers already now. You know, I speak to quite a lot of subscribers as well, like on other things and that, like on a personal level and that. So definitely up for meetups, mate. Mikey says I would sell Clavan, Slanky, loan, Mignolet, Sturridge, Emre Can. Not my choice, but he's going. Yeah. Moreno, Ings, sign Alisson / Butland, Vardy, Neves, Alex Tell, and Zaha or Mahrez. Yeah, so Mikey's gone for a very, I'd say, realistic sort of Liverpool signings there. I like that you put in Vardy there, Mikey, because a lot of people are ruling out a Vardy because of his age. What do you make of that, Sam? Because I've said for years now, you know, he is getting on a bit now, but I think a couple of years ago, I think Liverpool should have signed Vardy, to be honest.
A couple of years ago, yeah, probably, but if you look at it, like we were going back to earlier, Vardy's 30, isn't it? 30, 31. Yeah. He's the same age as Suarez. I think I know which one I'd prefer, do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd take Vardy, but I don't think I don't know if he suits Klopp. Like the way he wants to play the high pressing and stuff. I think he just runs, do you know what I mean? Yeah,
see, I think that Vardy would suit Klopp's style because he he's aggressive, like on the front line. You know, he looks to get him behind. I think that would suit him. But if you're looking at the way Klopp utilises Firmino, you know, Vardy wouldn't be the man to get the goals, would he, in that system? Because Firmino's not. So anyone that is going to be looking to play the striker role at Liverpool, you know, they've got to be in the form of what Firmino does now, surely. Because Firmino is kind of the benchmark for what Liverpool are going to be looking for in a striker now going forwards, aren't they? Which you're not really looking for an out-and-out striker, are you? You're going to be looking for more of a cam there, like, in my opinion, because that is Firmino is a glorified cam, really, now, isn't he?
Yeah. Sorry, I've got a bouncing headache.
That's alright, mate. If you want to get off now, it's fine, because I will have to end the stream soon anyway. Brad says Tom equals Maxi. Question mark Maxi. Brad, tell me what you mean. Daz, I inbox you in the no news from Mark. Okay, Thomas, mate, I will have a look in a minute after the stream, buddy. Saf says Gomez has cost us against West Ham, Man City, Arsenal, and a few other games. Forget that age seems to be an excuse for our failings. Yeah, a lot of fans do seem to be bringing up about the age and stuff. I think this is where I've got to the stage now, Saf, where I say that, you know, we need to stop having the youngsters and we need to start to push the inconsistent players lower down the pecking order by bringing in the quality, if you know what I mean. Now, if we want to compete and we want to win the Premier League, that's where my head's got now, Saf. For me, anyway. Vardy has 17 goals this season in the league, says Mikey, yeah, and has no signs of losing his pace. He's still fast as anything, can he? Saf says, what's happened to Ben Woodburn? Would have been a good option today. I don't really know what's going on with Ben Woodburn at the moment. Like,
I think he was out injured, was he not?
Is he still injured?
I think he was. I can't remember.
I know he did get an injury, but I'm not too sure whether he is still fully injured, to be honest. Brad says bench. Brad says I'll jump back on call. I'm not too bothered. Brad, mate, I'm going to be shutting down in a minute, bud, because it's 2:15. But thank you for the offer anyway, mate. But I need to get my head down anyway, because I know the missus wants me to help out tomorrow with stuff, so I should really be shutting down. I've been streaming for 2 hours 20 anyway. So Thomas says, if you're good enough, you are young enough, Vardy would be a fantastic impact sub. He could help us in certain situations for definite. Mike, he said, just imagine if we signed Vardy, Bobby would start first choice, and imagine the pace of Vardy, sell out Mane. If we need a tall player for a team that parks a bus, then instead of Vardy, bring on Origi. Not a bad shout, that, Sam, eh?
No, that sounds like, out of the 4 second striker options that we've got right now, I'd keep Ings and bring back Origi and then loan out Solanke and self-storage.
Yeah. Saf says we can blame these players we have, but if it ultimately comes down to FSG spending or not in the summer, that's what I'm waiting to see, Saf. That is what I'm waiting to see. Thomas says Woody isn't injured anymore. Yeah, I thought he was back now. I did think that he was back, but I wasn't too sure whether he was available or not at the moment for the starting team. Maverick says, I clearly want Lovren to do well this season, but this doesn't mean I rate him at all. Too many clangers, and I know I can't fully trust him. Yeah. You know, I'm the same. He's another one of them players that falls into the inconsistency bracket, which, to be fair, I think, you know, 75% of the Liverpool team fall into the inconsistent bracket, which is probably why we're still in the position where we are in the league, because on our day we can beat anyone in the league, but then inconsistent wise we drop points, don't we? You saw it, you know, against West Brom again. Right, guys, Maverick says we put Lovren on a pedestal out of desperation. I'm worried that FSG don't want to spend. That's what it's come to. That's what I said. You know, we've got to praise Lovren in the sense that we now want, we need him, you know, but on the other hand, it does show that we kind of do want to go back into the transfer market this summer and sign a partner for Van Dijk, don't we? Sam, thank you for joining me, mate, on the call. And I hope your headache gets better, buddy. Alright. I'll speak to you later, mate. Take care, mate.
See you.
See you later, buddy. Right, guys, thank you for joining me tonight. We've been going for 2.5 hours, not too bad, is it, for a late night laid back one? Thank you to everyone that joined me as well, out of you lot. for my live stream while the game was on today, and you know, it wasn't the best result, was it? And I was pissed off with it. You know, I felt that we could have done better. Don't take my rants as normal, guys. Don't take it personal to any one of you guys. When I get pissed off, it's just because of a shit result. It's because I'm pissed off at certain things, you know, and it's because you've got to remember, guys, I deal with a hell of a lot of comments, and I have loads of conversations throughout the day with loads of different supporters and other fans as well. So you have to bear that in mind when I get the alright, okay guys, but it's not just aimed at yous lot in general, you know. I love a lot of yous. You're all my subscribers, and you're all legends, alright? Maverick says, good night lads. Good night Maverick, mate, as always. Thank you for joining me, buddy. Thomas Billings says, build a mosque for Mo. Mike says, I don't know why Klopp has let Woodburn around the first team squad but hasn't even looked at Wilson at all. It's a bit bewildering, isn't it? I guess even last season I'm sure Wilson scored 24 goals in the under-23. Wilson's got a really good goal scoring record, isn't he, Mikey? Saf says, your rants are justified. I believe so, Saf, mate, you know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of people that disagree with me. Rest in peace, Avicii. Nice touch there, Thomas, mate. Sad news, 28 years old, very young indeed. You never walk alone, lad, says Thomas. You never walk alone to all of you. Good night, geezers. Thank you for joining me. I've been on the Bench TV. You've all been legends. See you soon, guys. Take care. Have a good evening and sleep